Hello and welcome to another See You Next Thursday with myself, Ed1, and the gruesome twosome of Ed25, our Bill, and his sidekick, Ed83, Seamus O'Deeps, the Luckender. With the transfer window coming to a close, I'm just looking forward to getting some proper sleep. How about you two?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yeah, I could do with the window shut. It's been a bit of a hectic one. Not a lot with getting done with Everton, but it's been quite interesting. Some good signings, some not so good, but we'll see how it pans out in the end.
Seamus? Or are you just enjoying the window?
No, I thought this was the week when Manchester United supporters went quiet.
Oh. You're waiting till after the game, you mean? And then you'll decide
No, we
whether
have
you can be noisy or not.
no, but come on, there are two teams that we shouldn't be facing. Back to back, that too. Brighton and then Liverpool. Very
Yeah, not easy.
I'm just hoping it's as good a result for Liverpool as it was for Brighton. No, I was a bit disappointed with Brighton. I thought they could have got a lot more. I mean, it was a bit of a stroll in the park for them, and they still didn't get many, did they? But bless them.
Not
no,
enough.
but yeah, they shouldn't. I didn't watch the game, but knowing how Brighton usually are with us, they shouldn't have had to rely on a 90 plus 5 minute winner.
No.
No, it's very disappointing. I gotta say, they
We are basically we're basically their bitches now.
right,
Yeah.
We've always been bitches, but it's just now you're their bitches.
Now that is the thing. We are their bitches, not just bitches.
Right, anyway, so we get cracking because we got.
Yeah.
There's a lot of transfers to get through, so I'll start running through them quick to get through them, yeah, and then we'll do the games afterwards because that way we can just.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sepp van der Berg left Liverpool to join Brentford on a permanent deal. I'm a bit gutted about that. I'd have liked to have seen him. Given a chance
Yeah, I haven't seen much of it at all.
But what can you do? Yeah, if Kanate says fit, he's a better player. But I'd rather have him than Kwanzaa myself. I think he's a better player than Kwanzaa. But there you go. Joachim Anderson left Crystal Palace to Fulham. It's a bit of a surprise move.
Yeah.
Doesn't really seem like a step up, does it?
No, it's a sideways move, that really.
At best, a sideways move. I'm not even sure it's not a step down. Fulham really aren't safe Premier League team, are they? Whereas Palace pretty much are.
No, if we're really like saying it is a step down because Palace look like they're on the up. They have a young, exciting coach. They're on a momentous run, and now it's just dropped down to a club that, like at the start of the season, we have said that Fulham are probably gonna be threatened with relegation if they don't get in some good reinforcements. And with Palace, we've said like if they get good players in, they can challenge for the European places.
Mm.
Well, I've never said that because I think the two of them are also Rams. I don't think there'll be more than one place between the two of them at the end. Personally, I think they're both below average sides who will stay in the division, but not threaten anything to do with Europe or relegation. In my opinion, of course.
Whereas I think Fulham might struggle.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
okay.
I think if both teams play just to their average level, then Fulham might get dragged down into a relegation battle somehow, and well, like Palace look like bang on mid-table at worst.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Well, we'll have to see on that one. I'm saying there's going to be one place between them at the end of the year, but that could change, obviously.
Okay, next one. Ashley Phillips, Spurs to Stoke on loan, just a kids. Gundogan back to Manchester City from Barcelona is possibly the most bizarre signing of the window, I think. Certainly an odd one, isn't it, that one?
Yeah, I don't think they've been paid for Barcelona paid them anything for Gundogan, so I think that was an easy blowback. I like him as a player, I must admit. He scores goals, always involved in the game. I think it's strengthened Man City a bit, that, personally.
More to the point though is when he left, he was saying about how shit it was in Manchester and how he couldn't wait to get out. That was what I meant.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
And yet he's straight away back there when he's got a chance to move on. So from Barcelona, I mean, it's just like, couldn't you know? It's really odd that for me. And Jack Grealish is still trying to come to terms with him being there, isn't he? Did you see his face? He see
Oh,
him
no.
at the game when he joins him. And you just see him look at what the fuck?
He just looks so hungover still.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't think
they'd like that as well, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
He's going to be one of the worst buyers of all time, Jack Grealish. 100 million, I think he paid for him,
Yeah.
and he
He's
should have
lucky.
stayed with Aston Villa. He was a big fish in a small pond. Now he's a small fish in a big pond, and it's not working out for him because he's not that good a player. He was great for Aston Villa, but when you're alongside what Man City have got as players, you're just another number, and it doesn't suit him at all for me.
And he couldn't go back to Villa now because he's not good enough to get in their team either.
You're probably right. You are probably right.
And he's kind of lucky that he's at Man City where like the team wins regardless of how he plays.
Yeah.
Imagine if he had made 100 million move to even Liverpool or Arsenal or worst case like teams like Man United and Spurs, but City are the only club that can afford 100 million player failing and nobody batting an eyelid.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the team still wins. Yeah.
It's not real money.
Yeah, but also you spend big money to win things and they win anyways.
Yeah, it doesn't matter one way or the other with him. Yeah.
I'm not sure about the exact numbers, but I saw somewhere that Anthony, who is a massive flop for us, has more goals and assists than Jack Grealish for Man City.
Probably. I would believe.
Possibly, yeah.
And Anthony gets pelted. Grealish doesn't because Anthony plays for a poor side. Grealish plays for a very good team.
Yeah.
But I genuinely forgot. But I genuinely forgot Grealish was a Man City player before he came on last Sunday, was it?
Yeah. See, for me, I think he should get more pelters because he's playing in a good side and he's still shit. And he's still not producing the numbers you need to produce. Because in a better team, it's easier.
You don't get the same coverage at Man City. Come on,
yeah,
we know
nobody
that.
cares because they've got no fans.
Yeah. Because it doesn't sell. The Man City story doesn't sell.
Yeah, nobody cares, does it? Do they? You know, no point putting it in the papers because who's going to read it?
Why just waste the ink?
Yeah, exactly. Should we move on next one then? Because there's no point talking about Man City because nobody cares, like we've said. Joe Worrell, Nottingham Forest to Burnley, was never good enough for the Premier League game anyway, so it's hardly a surprise. Jordan Ayew left Crystal Palace to join Leicester City. See, Palace are selling quite a few players. They really are in need of rebuilding their squad if they're not careful. But Leicester, they just seem to be buying dross.
They seem to be buying for next year.
He's well past the best Ayew, isn't he? For me, he's I've never been his biggest fan anyway, but he's an old bad player now. He's always been a bad player. He's an old bad player now, so I think it's a bad buy for Leicester. I can't see the point of him. I really can't.
I think they're just buying players for next season when they get relegated.
Yeah, very possibly.
Yeah, they don't want to do a Burnley where they're having to just throw everyone out now the minute they've got relegated, even though they managed to get a ridiculous amount of money for company. They're still having to basically just shed everyone because they spent so much money. Will Fish left Manchester United to Cardiff City. don't really remember. I remember it vaguely, but I don't really.
I don't remember.
I remember him being one of the. He was captain for one of the underage teams. Under 17, 19, whatever. No, but it's
Never
it's
made
okay.
the step up, did he?
He had some minor. I guess it might be major, but he had some injury concerns, and then like you go through growing pains and everything, and not every academy player is gonna make it.
No, absolutely not. You're right.
Oh God,
I'd say 20% of them best, but there you go.
We're up against the Champions League draw here. I'm surprised we're getting anyone listening to us.
All right, are we?
Yeah.
What draw is it? Isn't it a computerized system? Come on.
I have no idea. I'm never interested in draws anyway, but Champions League's just not. Do you know what? European football just doesn't excite me. It really doesn't. It's great when to win, but like actually getting excited, I don't understand why people get so hyped about it. I really don't.
No.
It's just not as good football to watch, in my opinion, as Premier League. It's too slow. Anyway, Valentin Barco, Brighton and Hove Albion to Sevilla on loan. He's just a youngster. Jack Clark, Sunderland to Ipswich Town. They're freaking spending some money because he also brought in Dara O'Shea from Burnley. I don't know why they brought him in. He's not very good. I don't know why they brought him in. That's an odd move.
Right.
Because the other guy they brought in looks really good. Greaves, but him, no, I don't get that one.
Greaves looked very good.
Yeah, he did. I liked him when he was at Hull, to be honest. I'm surprised that nobody had tried for him sooner. David Carmo left Porto to join Nottingham Forest, and then they obviously bought for Olympiacos rather than Nottingham Forest because he's straight away off on loan there. It's bizarre. Why are they buying players for Olympiacos all the time? It's no wonder they won in Europe, is it? It's a huge advantage they've got. Bit like Man City. Maximo Peroni's left Man City to join Como on loan. Matt O'Reilly bought from Celtic to Brighton. Big money signing.
Yeah,
got injured.
He's injured. He's injured already.
First game.
Yeah, 8 minutes he lost it, I think, and he's got his ankle and he's got to have an operation now. So
yeah, probably.
They're lucky for the lad then.
3-4 months in it, they were saying.
Yeah, it could be after. It's got to be after Christmas, but possibly. I don't know.
Yeah. Loic Mbiso left Forest to join Beershot. Kekai, Manchester City to Sparta Rotterdam on loan. Tuanda Chiriwa has joined Derby on loan from Wolves. Another Chelsea player left on loan to Shrewsbury Town, Leo Castledine. Charlie Bettino, no, he used to be the bright up and coming wonderkind he was supposed to be of Arsenal's youth teams at one point. Charlie Bettino, and he's left to Deportivo La Coruña on a permanent deal.
For a meal, for 1 million as well.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal, was it? Like, a bit like there was another one that went for virtually nothing as well, wasn't there? Who was the other one? Tino Angerin went for just a minute. Chelsea to Empoli. So you see, not all these kids go for big money.
Unless they play for Man City and they're being sold to one of
the former managers.
Guardiola's mates.
Yeah, there's something dodgy going on there, alright. Fabio Vieira, Arsenal to Porto on loan. Samuel.
Yeah, I liked him when he first come. Yeah. And he looked. I thought he was going to be a bit of a player. Very disappointing for Arsenal fans, I would say.
Yeah,
he looked a bit lightweight.
Yeah, he's not really
possibly
stepped up, has he?
No.
Samuel Illing Jr. only just signed for Villa, and he's gone to Bologna on loan. He's part of their double deal for. They brought in 2 players when they
Douglas Luiz
to Juventus. Yeah. clearly is a bit. That's another one of the dodgy PSR moves because
Yeah.
Mike Penders joined Chelsea from Genk and then went straight back to Chelsea on loan. What's with the goalkeepers doing that? Because Mamardashvili did that from Valencia to Liverpool and then back on loan as well. I'm not going to get started. I'm not going to get started moaning about Mamardashvili. I mean, why we're signing a keeper that can't catch and can't kick for a team that plays out from the back? I mean, it makes no fucking sense at all. It's stupid, especially when
I haven't seen much of him.
you've got three very good keepers already in the system. Well, what's the point? You've got Yaros, who was excellent last season on loan, really had a good season, and looks as good at least as Mamardashvili, except he can kick. And then you've got Kelleher, who's never let Liverpool down.
No, he hasn't, no.
And he can kick. You know me. I just don't get. I'm not going to get started on it. It just seems like a stupid move, and just a move to follow the Chelsea system of making money on signings rather than actually to be for the team. And that money will never get in the system because you'll be spending it again on the next fucking up and coming youngster. So it'll just be wasted money. It'll never ever actually be used to benefit the club. That if you start on that road, it's just a waste of time. Sorry, I'm going to get off my soapbox before I get actually started on moaning. Because that isn't me started yet. Freddie Potts, West Ham to Portsmouth on loan. I wonder if he's related. Didn't they used to have a Potts? Played for him years ago. I can't remember his name. Fuck.
I can't remember.
Mikel Merino joined Arsenal from Real Sociedad.
Yeah.
I find that a surprising move. If he's still as slow as he was when he was it Newcastle?
Yes, Newcastle.
He was strong. Yeah.
God, he was the slowest player I've ever seen in the Premier League, I think. He looked like he was towing a caravan. And the handbrake
Do you know
was still
what?
on.
I don't know why Arsenal didn't just go out and get what they need. The elephants in the room. They need a centre forward. Yeah. And Jesus was crap anyway. He's injured now. So they've got even less options. So I just don't understand Arsenal. I think if they had a striker, they'd be nailed on for the league. So, well, right up there with a damn good chance.
I still don't think they'd win it, even if they did, but at least they'd have a chance.
And the type of striker they probably need is also available on the market. Victor Osimhen.
Yeah, I'm not convinced by him personally, but yeah.
No, but he's the guy who you can rely on for being the X factor. If he fires, then he will win you the league. If you're Arsenal, if he has the same campaign he had for Napoli when they won the Scudetto.
Yeah, but I think that was he was awful last season. Every time I saw him.
No, yeah, but I'm saying like if he can replicate his peak, then they can win the league. Otherwise, they're not going to win the league by signing just another good striker.
Yeah, true. I mean, you don't want someone like that. I mean, but I just don't see him being. I'm not convinced he's as good as all that. I know he did some great stuff that season, but I think it's a flash in the pan. I think he's got attitude issues from the way from what I've seen of him, because he doesn't look like he's training properly and that. Doesn't move well. Maybe he's just carrying injuries. I don't know, but he doesn't look right at all.
Yeah, but if someone is at Napoli, then I give them a little bit of a pass because they have to be at the same club that is basically managed by De Laurentiis.
Oh yeah, true.
If there is a bigger pain in the ass in the whole footballing world than him, then I don't know who it is.
I know exactly how people feel having to work with a complete pain in the ass. Don't you feel?
You know, with me. Come on. I don't.
No,
I'm not even going to take the compliment that I work. Whenever I work.
We never said you worked. We said we work.
They could have taken the punt on him because I don't think. Even if it's a midfielder from. But even if it's a midfielder from Sociedad, the one that shoots them better would be Zubimendi. Because you've already got Rice who brings the physicality.
Yeah, but he's
then you have Zubimendi who brings the... Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you want a midfielder, then go and get in someone who's gonna improve the team. And I'm not saying Merino isn't gonna improve the team, but is he gonna improve the team so much so from how they are currently? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Unless he's, like I said, unless he's sped up a lot, he's going to be too slow for the Premier League. Still, replacement for Jorginho, he'll fit in perfectly.
Yeah, but then they retained Jorginho for the season. That's the thing.
But yeah, what you were saying about Zubimendi, they couldn't because they tried to sign him and he turned them
And
down.
Zubimendi is turning the whole world down.
That was last. Yeah, he just doesn't want it. They're basically Sociedad are telling him if you want to move, you've got to force your way out. So you're going to pay you've got to pay your release clause, and he isn't going to do that. He won't force his way out, and I don't understand why. If he wants to leave and they want to sell him, but they just want him to do that because they don't want to look bad in the eyes of the fans because he's the fans' hero and he doesn't want to look bad in the eyes of fans. It just seems a bit silly to me because obviously they both want to move.
I don't think I think Sociedad want to keep him. I think Zubimendi is happy to stay. But the thing is, they're both open for a transfer. That is how I see it.
Yeah,
Like, they're not desperate. Yeah, they're not desperate for a move either ways. But I guess if it was one of the Spanish giants, then it would be a bit different with Zubimendi.
Yeah,
we have to
remember. No, remember he's a Basque. I doubt he'd want to join Real Madrid.
Yeah, that is what I was. I was just gonna say, like, but we have to remember he's a local lad as well. So maybe he doesn't want to leave the club that desperately either.
Well,
especially if being Basque players. I wouldn't say he's desperate. He's probably more open and.
At least his agent his agent has said differently. Let's put it that way.
Oh, he can say whatever he wants, but Barcelona cannot afford to resist him. It took them what, like two players going out, and then again another one getting injured to get almost registered. Come on.
They can only register him until for the first half
of
the season
December.
Anyway.
Yeah, until December, because Christensen got injured, despite already getting rid of two players.
That's madness, isn't it?
I don't understand why anybody wants to join Barcelona.
Not De
Jong.
On an obscene amount of money.
No, it's a different ways that I have seen being reported up to 900k a week.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you got to get rid of him. He's got to be the first out the door if you're at Barcelona and you want to get yourself.
Yeah, but why? Yeah, but if you are Frenkie de Jong, why are you gonna say I don't want the money that you owe me? Why would he just reject the money? That has been the sticking point. Like all this thing about he loves the club and everything. I'm sure if he was given the money he was owed by them, when we tried to get him in, when Bayern Munich tried to get him in, when Chelsea were trying to get him in, I'm sure if his money was all put in front of him, then he would be more open to leaving the club. Because why should he just say I don't need the money anymore now? He already helped the club.
And it's not like it's a small amount. It's millions. You know what I mean? You don't just walk away from that, do you?
Especially when the club is trying to force you out. It's not an amicable situation, and he's never been too loved by the fans either.
I don't know. I can see him doing the old Neil Mopay thing on his.
We will get there. We will get there. We will get there.
Yeah, I can see him doing that after he leaves, though. Anyway, next one, Owen Beck joined Blackburn Rovers on loan from Liverpool. I was.
You must be happy.
I would have liked to have seen him get a chance, but maybe this is the chance for him to prove himself at a higher level. And he's good enough because it was. I mean, Bradley only went to League One. He's gone to the Championship, so.
And the thing is, because he's a young kiddie, is it better for him to stay as a replacement for Tsimikas and the minutes he would get, or is it better for him to get, at least, hopefully, ideally, let's say 30 plus starts in a competitive league?
I'd expect him to get more 40 plus, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it's like 46 games in the league.
Yeah, and I'd
Yeah.
expect him to pretty much play most of the, pretty much every week there.
At least
I think
he's
it's a
got more
good move.
chance of doing that.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. Works out as a good move, really. But I was just saying I'd have liked him to. I'm hoping he'll push on and be the long-term Robertson replacement. You see,
Right.
Angelo Okbonis joined Watford from West Ham.
I didn't know that.
Manus Solomons joined Leeds from Spurs on loan. Shea Charles has joined Sheffield Wednesday on loan from Southampton. João Cancelo's joined Al Hilal from Manchester City. That's a fucking good start.
Do you know what? He was a great player a few years ago. He's probably the best fullback in the world.
Oh yeah,
at one point.
brilliant.
He was fantastic. I can't believe the way he's gone downhill. His career's gone downhill. Do you know what? He a hell of a player. When I used to watch him for City, I thought he was absolutely excellent. I just don't know what's happened there.
I was just gonna say, like, what exactly happened?
It's weird,
don't-
isn't it?
See the same level of player anymore when you see, like, he can have really great moments even now, but it's just something doesn't seem right with him anymore.
Yeah, he's not the same. He's definitely lost his edge, hasn't he? He fell out with Pep, and he hasn't been the same
Guardiola.
since. Yeah, I mean Pep Guardiola, not Pep Linders, in case anybody was confused. Yeah, Hamed Junior Traore's joined Auxerre on loan from Bournemouth. I tell you, this is an interesting signing. Now, Ferdi Kadioglu joining Brighton from Fenerbahce. It's an interesting one because there's quite a lot of interest, and it's not like there's a lot of good left backs around.
And he's a versatile player as well.
Looks like a very good signing that should be for Brighton. He'll be joining somebody for 100 million in a couple of seasons, I reckon.
Yeah, I can't say though.
Yeah, whether he'll be any good with them is hard to tell, but I reckon he'll be moving for big money soon. Hannibal's left Manchester United to join Burnley. Disappointed with that one, Seamus?
I'm disappointed with how his career has actually fizzled out up until now. I had much higher expectations from him. Maybe not to make it at United as a starter, but I thought he would have had a much better career. And obviously, I'm also like kind of surprised he's not has as many incidents in the professional football, because he's yellow card, red card, diving, cheating, every dirty kind of person in the youth team. Have you guys seen the clip of him when he gets sent off for asking another player to get a yellow?
Yeah, I mean he's very good at picking up cards, and that seemed to be his only skill when I watched him.
Oh no! His skill was being very good at winning penalties, taking penalties, and getting other players booked. And in doing all those three things, he would usually get himself sent off as well.
So when are they actually gonna do the fucking draw for the Champions League?
I don't know, but genuinely, Billy, you guys don't like the way how Bruno plays, the dirty side of his. But Bruno is a freaking clean player when you compare him to how Hannibal is to teams.
I don't like players like that. I really don't. I just can't stand them. Just feats like that. Bertrand Diaz last week was an absolute disgrace, and I don't like all that. You know what I mean? It's got to clean its act up, football, because that's just horrible the way they're acting. To get players sent off or booked. I know.
People
you can't like it though.
But people annoy me when they say it's just the foreigners brought dive into the game and all that. Say it's bollocks. That's
it's not.
Billy Liddell wrote in 1960 about how much diving and cheating there was in the game, and how the fans should barrack their own players when they cheat and dive because it was so
Yeah.
bad, and he hated it. He was one of the fairest players there's ever been. One of the few, you know what I mean? Everyone, when a referee once went to book him because he never got booked in his entire career, and Bob Paisley, who was playing beside behind him like as a left back, said to him, "What are you booking him for, ref?" And he said he swore. And Bob Paisley was like, "No, he doesn't swear. I mean, the guy didn't even swear." But did we just start? But he was saying back then in 1960, he wrote because during his career he'd seen so much cheating and diving. It's not a new phenomenon. It's always been there.
No, it's not.
Cheats.
No.
It's about time somebody sorted out. It shouldn't.
Yeah,
The
I
referees are the ones that have the power to do it. It's up to them. They've got to start booking them and sending them off for cheating, but they won't. So that's where it goes wrong. It's all on them. They're too weak. Chidozie Ugbenny's left Luton to go to Ipswich. Ipswich are just buying everyone in there. Just like buying as many as they can and just don't see who, throw it at the wall and see who sticks. Like Zach Booth.
He spends a lot of money.
Oh, huge amount. I see them being in some serious trouble if they go back down. When they go back down, I think we can say, innit?
Yeah. Go on, Trish. Which was the next one you
Zach
said?
Booth, Leicester City to Excelsior. No idea who he even is. So, Dale Taylor's joined Wigan on loan from Nottingham Forest. We got Gustavo Nunes joining Brentford from Gremio. I don't know him. Do you know anything about him?
No.
You didn't know? Okay. Carlos Alcaraz has gone back to Brazil, to Flamengo from Southampton. Well, I don't think he's back to Brazil actually. I think he's Argentinian if I remember correctly, but close enough. Yeah, he's gone back to South America, I think I should have said. Aaron Donnelly joined Colchester United from Forest on loan. Joe Hodge, Wolves to Huddersfield on loan. We mentioned Angerin earlier, didn't we? Oh yeah, Kepa has joined Bournemouth on loan from Chelsea. I've no idea why Bournemouth had won him on loan. The goalkeepers can't be that bad, surely.
Yeah, but they are.
Record really played for them, Chelsea, didn't they?
Yeah. Chocolate wrist. Bizarre. That was a really bizarre signing. I mean, he's got the same can't catch the ball like Mamardashvili, but at least Mamardashvili can save it. That's the difference. He can't. He's awful. Nigel Lonwick joined Huddersfield on loan from Wolves. And what else have we got? Malik Yakui, Brighton to Stonegrass on loan. Somebody called Federico Chiesa, and we've gone to Liverpool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you did that one. It seemed to have been a bit of a quiet one. Hasn't really been mentioned much across the site, has it, that one?
Sounds like a good move to me for the price they paid for him. I think he's been a bargain. I know he got injured 2 years ago, did he? A season off. But if he gets up to anything like he can play that we've seen him play, he's going to be a hell of a signing. And he's going to put pressure on the other 5 Liverpool forwards. And I think it's a really good move for Liverpool.
I just think it's there when the option was Gordon. I'm happy because we didn't sign Gordon. So really, it's a bonus for me that it's Chiesa. I like Chiesa back before he got injured. I loved him, but yeah, every time I've seen him since, he hasn't looked the same player. So, but that was a couple of years ago, and it can take that long to get back to your best. So, from what I've seen of him, it does look like a mental thing. You know what I mean? It does look like he's just struggling to get back to the way he played. But yeah, I don't know. He does look a bit lightweight though. Whenever I've watched him as well for the English league, that is the one worry I'd have. But he doesn't mind getting challenged and that. He doesn't mind that. So maybe so that's probably a a false opinion on, because when I've watched him, he doesn't mind. He'll take a challenge, to ride it to get past the player. So he's probably not as lightweight as he looks like.
I like him, I must admit.
I was absolutely, if you'd have said to me like before he got the ACL, Chiesa would be joining Liverpool, I'd have said, not a chance in hell. Would love it, but it's never going to happen. So yeah, I'm not. We did need someone to cover for Salah as well, so he feels a position of need for the change. So it's actually a signing that's worth doing, unlike Mamardashvili, which made no sense. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And it's not Gordon still, that's even better. So I really didn't want Gordon.
No.
Jaden Anthony's joined Burnley on loan from Bournemouth. Not good, that player. Not good enough. But Burnley are obviously just desperate to fill the ranks now after they've lost everyone. Bastien Mpueu has joined Wolves from Nantes, just a teenage defender. Interested to see if he gets in their team or, he's for the future. Lukaku's gone to Napoli for €30 million from Chelsea. He has got to be one of the worst signings of all time for Chelsea. Hasn't he? And Manchester United as well, weren't he? A big signing and he lost them money.
I thought he'd done alright at United, to be fair to him. He was great at Everton, I must admit. Thought he was a great player for us. I don't think he's done too bad at United. He scored a lot of goals, and he is a proper centre forward for me. He makes his chances, he scores chances, he misses the odd one, but I think he's been a damn good centre forward over the years himself, honestly.
He can only play in shit teams where they're sat back and defending and you hoof it over the top and he runs onto it. And he's got to have lots of space, because otherwise his shit touch will mean it ends up going to an opposition player. Because if there's anyone within 30 yards of him, they can take it off him, because it bounces off him like he's got trampolines in his boots. He's shit.
He's always been called the flat track bully. Everyone calls him a flat track bully, but which I suppose that's fair at times. And his touch isn't great, but he always makes things happen and always scores goals.
He never makes things happen against Liverpool. Every time he's played against Liverpool, he's been in the pocket of the defenders. So I just don't see him as a good player. I'm sorry, a good player can play against the best teams. It's just not a good player.
I must admit, he was great for us. I must admit, he was great for us. Yeah, lower league, yeah.
If you're putting him in against, a good team, he's not going to do well for it. If he's playing for a team that's on the front foot and got the ball a lot, no good. But if he's on a team that sits back, hits it over the top for him, he's a very good striker. A bit like Vardy. He's fine if you're sitting back and you're not having the ball and you just leave him up there, and then when you get the chance, you just pump it over the top and he can run onto it. He's fine. Okay, and he'll score your goals. Yeah. But he's not going to play good, if you're like a Liverpool or a Manchester City and you've got him, and like Chelsea found, when you're on the ball and you're trying to play him in, he's just going to give it away, because he can't play that way. You just need him to just pump it over the top and run onto.
Over the top, yeah. That's his game, over the top, on the shoulder of the glass defender. That is his strength.
Yes, you've got to set the team up to play the way he needs to play, or he's just a waste of money. And Chelsea never figured that out before signing him back, which is stupid. Because surely when you decide on paying 100 million for a player, you actually have a look at how they play and decide whether they fit your system. But they didn't seem to think about that. I don't get it. Yeah, the one Callum Scanlon's left Liverpool to go to Millwall on loan. I think that's the last of the confirmed ones for now. That's confirmed ones.
What about
things like Mopé?
The keeper
hasn't come through.
The Arsenal keeper. The Arsenal keeper has gone to Southampton. You're not a fan of the keeper anyway.
Ramsdale. Yeah, it's not confirmed yet.
Ramsdale. I wasn't it being confirmed. I thought that was confirmed today.
No, they've confirmed it. I'm talking about the FA and that. I'm only talking about ones that are confirmed by the FA and
Oh, right,
they've
okay.
gone through the TMS. They can
That's
be
fair
done
enough, yeah.
and awaiting international clearance and stuff. And
Because I
that's
remember you saying last week how bad the Southampton keeper was,
yeah.
and that they need a new keeper, and looks as though they've done a bit of good business there.
Yeah, well, well, I'm not sure if he's a good business, but he's certainly a bit
He's
better
got to
than
be better than him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? He's a step up on the worst keeper in the world, definitely. Oh,
Oh, there are other signings who are confirmed by the BBC.
yeah, but they're not actually confirmed by FIFA and UEFA and TMS and that, and that's. So we can talk about them if you want to. I'm fine about talking about, but what I mean is, I
Oh,
haven't
I think we should. I think
listed
we
them.
should talk about the likes of what's his name? Oh, Weghorst to Ajax, and
Oh, yeah,
the
that's.
multitudes of
I just
the
didn't mention
multitude
that
of
because that's not in
loans.
the Premier League.
Oh. And there's this guy Anthony, Jaden Anthony, who's left Bournemouth for Burnley
Yeah,
on
I
loan.
mentioned that.
Uh,
He's not very,
Atalanta.
he's
Not
not very
Atalanta,
good. He
sorry.
was terrible for Leeds last season, that Jaden Anthony. Could barely
Yeah,
get.
Coop Miners. Coop Miners has joined Juventus from Atalanta. I'm really interested. Not that I'm gonna watch them play much, but I'm really interested to see how he goes there. He's one of the few players that I'm really keen to actually see how good he is.
Really?
And then there's this Andre. Then there's this Brazilian midfielder Andre who's joining Wolves.
Mm.
He said his goodbyes to the Flamengo. Is it? No, it's not Flamengo. What's his
It's the
team?
Corinthians. Is that the one?
Fluminense.
Oh, is it
Fluminense.
Fluminense?
Yeah, Fluminense
What about
is said his goodbyes to the teammates. So that should be pretty close to completion.
Yeah, he's on his way. There's quite a few that are nearly done, but
Yeah.
like I said, if they're not confirmed, I don't write them down, because we can just talk about them or not. It doesn't matter. I don't think anybody understands the Champions League draw by the looks of it. I'm just reading the comments. Everyone's like confused. Leipzig will play Liverpool, Celtic, and Aston Villa. How the fucking hell Aston Villa? Hang on. To Liverpool, I'm confused. Inter play Man City and Arsenal.
Oh, you play eight different teams now. So
I'm really confused. Man City play Inter, PSG, Club Brugge, Juventus, Feyenoord, Sporting, Sparta Prague, and Slovan Bratislava. So this is really weird. This is fucking weird. This is really, really weird. I have no idea. I've lost. I can't follow this draw at all. Oh, my thing's beeping at me.
Billy, are you happy with the whole Neil Maupay deal? Joining Marseille. Neil Maupay.
Oh yeah, very happy.
He seems very happy as well.
The Everton supporters will be happy, especially the one who was shouting at him when he was getting on the train. But yeah, he's the sooner he goes, the better. Just a total horrible person and a waste of space. But he doesn't deserve the abuse he got off the Everton fans last week at the train station in Euston. So, good luck to the lad, but you certainly don't want him at your club if you want your club to do well. Bit of a time wasting on that Maupay. For me.
Yeah, he's not bad. Let's be honest. I think that's the nicest thing he'll ever be called in his entire career. The Arsenal fans love him. I know he's the fan favourite for the Arsenal fans. Speaking of which, did I see that Chesney retired?
Yeah, Chesney, yeah.
Remember him? He's a decent keeper, actually. He turned
into
it wasn't good for them, but he matured into a good keeper when he left. So, and I think we need to say rest in peace to Sven-Goran Eriksson as well, who passed away this week.
Yeah,
Was a pity.
yeah, decent football man, good football man. He wasn't everyone's cup of tea, but first foreign manager to take over England. Done all right, got us to 2 World Cup quarter-finals, did he? And should have done a bit better, but I think he's a nice guy. As to say, rest in peace, Sven. Decent football man. So yeah, a bit of a loss to football, Sven of next.
So Liverpool have got Leipzig, Milan, PSV, Girona, and Madrid. Oh, fuck's sake, Madrid and Leverkusen. Oh come on, tell me this isn't a fixed draw. Got Leverkusen and Real Madrid, Lille and Bologna as well. I mean, come on, Leverkusen and Real Madrid. It's definitely been fixed. I'm surprised they haven't fitted Salzburg in there as well, so you get Pep Linders in there for a bit more.
They might.
But
They might.
They've got Leipzig is in there, but no Salzburg. They've already drawn all. They're drawing a team at a time on what they can play already. It's really bizarre. It really makes no sense. So. Yeah, so Liverpool have got away games against Leipzig, Milan, PSV and Girona, and then their home games are Madrid, Leverkusen, Lille and Bologna.
It's just a money-making scheme again. That's all it is. I despair of the Champions League unless it gets to the final. Watch the final, maybe the semi-final if there's a British team in it. But it's not for me. It's just a money-making scheme for UEFA, and I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest with you.
I only watch Liverpool play, and if Liverpool aren't playing, I'm not really interested in it, to be honest. If it's on, it's on, and I'd rather leave it on. I won't turn over because it comes on, but I wouldn't turn it on, think, oh God, there's Champions League on. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just not very good. Yeah, sorry. We were talking about Sven, weren't we? Yeah, I just still, seeing him manage Liverpool for that charity match.
The Legends match, yeah.
Yeah, that really made me bad me bawling my eyes out. That I think I'm getting old and soft though. A few years ago, it wouldn't have bothered me. That kind of thing wouldn't have got to me at all. But these days, it's football. It makes you fucking cry. Nothing else does when you're nothing else.
You want to try and be an Evertonian?
You're not allowed, as a man, you're brought up, you're not allowed to cry over anything. But football, it's okay. You know what I mean? That's okay. You can bawl your eyes out just because your team's lost the match. That's fine. You're allowed. It's normal. But anything else, oh no, it's not right. It's weird. What else? What other news is there? Darwin Núñez got a 5-match international ban and $20,000 fine for the fracas with the Colombian fans in Copa America. And that's fucking brilliant. I'll give him a chance to train with Slot for during the international breaks. He'll be able to stay back and train and get himself sorted and used to the way Slot wants to play. I think that's that's a plus for him, in my opinion.
Is that just an international ban rather than a Premier League ban?
Yes, just international.
Just international.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's just a bonus, isn't it? So, yeah.
Unless he gets sold.
Yeah, well, he's not going to get sold in the next few hours, is he? Let's be honest. Didn't buy Chiesa to replace him.
Yeah, but two games at the start of the season following an international tournament, he doesn't play much and everybody's completely losing their minds.
I don't understand it because he didn't come back until, he hadn't trained with the team or anything. He's played one pre-season friendly. And that was against, that was when 2 in the first, in the final friendlies. Played 2 on the same day. And he played in one of them, that's all. And that was to get minutes in his legs, literally. Like a bunch of others.
I don't think Trent would have played this much. Not that he's played every minute. But I don't think Trent would have played this much if Bradley was fit.
Bradley is fit.
Now Bradley is coming back from injury, so that's why Trent and Bradley have split minutes. I think Bradley would have started the first game if he was 100% fit. I'm just saying people who are coming late from the international
Oh yeah,
tournaments.
possibly. But he'd been away with, he'd played international football as well, so he'd missed. He came back late as well, Bradley. Not late, but later than others, like. Because he was playing in their games pre-tournament ones, friendlies. So yeah, there's a lot of, so yeah, you might be right, but I still think he'd have played Trent.
I'm just saying, like,
I think he
people
suits
who've
the
come
way he wanted
late.
to play.
Obviously,
Yeah.
people who've come late have played less. Even at United, Garnacho has only had two sub appearances. I'm just going through Argentinians.
Yeah, there's loads that I mean, McAllister only come in because there's like only kids other than him that can play that role. Jones got injured, so he couldn't play it. So Jones probably would have started the first game if he hadn't picked up another injury. I mean, he was injured all during the pre-season. So yeah, he was playing through injury, and so of course, because we had nobody else to play, and then come back, and of course he's not able to play in the actual proper sort of start of the season. Like, it's ridiculous. It's probably why people think we should buy a midfielder, but I'd rather give the minutes to Neonye myself.
I think Liga might be the only play. Oh no, it's Romero as well. The defenders have both played all games. I'm just going through the Argentinian lads, the ones who played right to the final. Martinez and Romero are the only ones who've started? No.
McAllister.
Anyways. Yeah, Fernandez is I'm just an idiot.
Oh, that Fernandez, it's a surprise because he's playing so well. You're surprising you forgot about him.
100 million down the drain.
Put him in a position when they've got Cole Palmer to play there as well. So, I mean, it just makes
no, it should be like this. It should 100 million down the drain. Fernandez crossed his lines again.
It's bizarre how the way they've spent money, but yeah. Oh yeah, I know what else we could talk about. Before we get onto the games, there's two things. Yeovil Town's official merchandise. Have you seen about their scarves? The packaging has no I in Yeovil, and merchandise has no R in it as well on the packaging. So I bet you, like I said to Billy earlier, I guarantee you that every single one of them will sell out because people will buy that because they like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Don't they? And
yeah.
Go on, sorry.
No, go on, mate.
I was going to say, and the other thing that I thought was funny as well was the Mbappe having his account on Twitter hacked. Seamus has seen it. Some of the stuff's hilarious. Obviously, a Man United fan has done it as well. No, seriously, it was obviously a Man United fan that did it because the stuff he's posted.
At first I thought it was an Arsenal supporter because of the Tottenham stuff, and then it's thrown saying at Messi, at Man City, at Arsenal, at Tottenham. Who else? At PSG as well, yes.
Yeah, you had to dig it down.
What? Not a chance.
Yeah, will you ever come back? Somebody asked, will you? Because obviously he did a Q&A session, this hacker. He'd obviously done a Q&A session and people were asking because somebody said, will he go, will you ever come back to PSG? He said, not a chance. And didn't he put his shit down? Didn't he put that it's shit thing up that Nonny Madueke put up? About
for London, wasn't...
Oh, London. No,
it was about London as well.
Yeah. Yeah, when they said about London, what about London, going to London? No, it's shit or something, didn't they? And stuff. They just hilarious. But, um,
Where did he send me that one?
hmm?
I'm trying to find. There's probably more.
Oh,
Where did
listen,
he send me that?
I can't find it. That's why I haven't. I couldn't find it. There's so much on there because there's a whole load. I mean, it was going on for a while in the early hours of the morning. Because that's why at the end, it's like, you know, you just imagine his media team waking him up at 4 o'clock in the morning because that's when it's going on. Quick, you need to change your password. Oh, it's, should we just talk about the games now then?
Yeah, go ahead, mate.
We start with the ones that we've from last week, or we start them from next week's.
No, tell last week's first, and we'll go through them first quickly and how teams done.
And you can tell everyone how well you did on predicting the scores compared to the
Yeah.
rest of us. Yeah, is that what it is? Right. Okay. So we start off with the first game of the weekend, was one Seamus enjoyed particularly, Brighton versus Manchester United, which very disappointing result. I thought you Brighton only winning 2-1 against Man United. I expected a much bigger score there, you know.
Yeah. Did you watch the game, Chris? Or did you watch it?
I was enjoying that.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad game actually, but I thought Brighton just about deserved it. Two decent sides, I suppose. Done, you know, as I say, I thought Brighton were the better side. Just deserved to shade it. Did you think yourself, Seamus? Did you watch it?
No, I didn't.
I didn't watch your own side.
No, I didn't watch when we played Fulham. We won. Do the math. I will probably go out of my way to watch us lose against Liverpool.
Oh, right, okay.
Hopefully. So I'll keep my fingers crossed there. I watched it. I actually thought Brighton were the better side and deserved to win, but not by much. Not by much. It wasn't like a...
Yeah.
I was a bit disappointed actually. I expected them to be a bit better, but they look a better team, I've got to say, under Hazelwood than they did under De Zerbi. They do look a lot more cohesive. They could be quite a threat for the top four this season. Go on, sorry.
What was the next game, mate?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, you still talking about United?
No, I was just going to say, I was literally just about to say Crystal Palace West Ham was the next one, which West Ham won 2-0. I didn't watch that one, though.
Yeah, I've seen the highlights of it more than the game, and yeah, West Ham are not a bad side, you know. They brought in a few players and scored 2 decent goals, and Palace, you know, for all you're saying before, you think they could be looking at the top half of the table. They didn't look great, you know, Palace. They play some nice stuff at times, but they just they're going to lose a lot of games for me. I don't think they're clinical enough. As I said, you've got some good players, but they're not a great team, and I think they're going to have a little bit of a struggle. I think they're going to get avoided in the relegation places, but I still think they're going to not go above halfway. That's my personal opinion. Whereas I think West Ham are going to be looking towards European football, not the big stuff, but certainly the conference or something like that.
Yeah, but that's, you know, not being funny, but that's how it should be. West Ham have got a huge stadium for free, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. They robbed it.
And yet, Crystal Palace are a small side in a small stadium with not a lot of money. So, like, you know, You're saying mid-table mediocrity in the Premier League for Palace is a good thing. It's a good season.
Yeah.
Whereas West Ham,
That's what
you
I'm
should
saying,
be
yeah.
fighting for Europe. That was the whole, with that stadium they've got and the amount of the capacity it's got and the money they're paying for it. They're not even paying to fucking run it, for God's sake. You know what I mean? It's the part
Another
of the
fiddle,
century
yeah.
they've got there.
Absolutely, they have.
It's handed them a huge advantage over most of the rest of the teams. So yeah,
Yeah.
they should be playing in Europe every season. The thing was they were held back by Moyes. No matter that.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
People say he won them the thing, but I don't think he won them it. I think the fact that they had good players won them it, and it just he happened to be the manager rather than he helped them do it. Yeah,
I get that, yeah.
yeah. They should be in Europe. If they're not, then it's a failure of a season, in my opinion, for West Ham. So
Yeah.
yeah.
They have got a massive advantage with the stadium. They really have. Yeah.
I mean, you just can't get it. It's unfair advantage as well. It's almost like governmental giving them advantage. You know what I mean? Helping them out. Kind of thing. Real Madrid getting Spain. It's wrong. Anyway, yeah. Next game, Fulham, Leicester City. Fulham beating Leicester City. I mean, anybody surprised? No, not really. Leicester are a crap side.
Yeah.
They're
They're
Fulham,
going to struggle, Leicester. And Fulham, I think they're mid-table mediocrity, not going down, not going anywhere in Europe. But they're a half-decent, hard-working side. And, they played some good stuff last season. And, I think they're going to take points off people. I think they're a pretty decent side. Not a good side, but a pretty decent side. And they should be with the players they've got. And so, I'm pretty happy that Fulham will do well. But I think Leicester are in big trouble. Big trouble.
Like I keep saying with Fulham, it's just you just never know what you're going to get. Sometimes they're brilliant, sometimes they're terrible.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
They're just one of those teams.
Yeah.
They don't beat anyone, and they can lose to the weakest team in the world. They're just inconsistent.
Yeah, they are very inconsistent.
Seamus, anything to add yet? Because you've been very quiet, and it's quite worrying.
Oh, not really. You guys have.
I thought you might have been. I thought you might have been planning something like your new hero in chess.
No.
I think we should talk. We gotta mention that before we go any further. I gotta make why I said that. I don't know if you've seen. You know when Seamus and Bobby play chess together sometimes.
Yeah, Rob. Yeah.
Seamus.
I used to.
Seamus has been taking tips off the Russians now because he saw at the Russian one of the Russians put mercury cap or something on the pieces of her opponent in women's chess, like. So to give her mercury poisoning, wasn't it? Nearly killed her. Look, she's being investigated by the Chess Federation now. I'm thinking she might get she might get 3 or 4 game ban, but that's about it by the looks of it. I'm thinking now she's just poisoned she poisoned her opponent. It should be in a police investigation, surely. Chess Federation.
All that because the opponent apparently said some nasty things about her personal life. And even then, that is apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bizarre one, but it just made me laugh when I saw. Because they've even got footage of her, the CCTV footage of her smearing this stuff on the pieces, like red-handed, like. Because the doctors recognised the poisoning, didn't they? Because they happened to be used to dealing with that kind of thing for some reason. Bizarrely. That treated her. Normally you wouldn't notice it, see. So anyway, we move on. Man City, Ipswich Town. Now I started watching this game, and I said when I started watching, at the start, I said I'm just going to watch this until City score, because it'll be all over the minute City score. But while it's 0-0, it feels like there's a hope, and like none of the games appeal to me. They're all shit games. None of them, none of them are ones that I really want to watch. So I'll just watch this in hope that the miracle happens. And of course, it freaking scored. Like, you can imagine how excited I was getting. It's like no. And then the Man City scored. I was like, fucking hell, I may as well turn it over. And by the time I got it turned over, they'd scored another. I was
And then
game was over. Yeah, 4-1 they won in the end, and it was a battering. But you gotta well, the games were shit. There wasn't a single game there that it really made me want to watch. And even afterwards, I was just flicking between them, thinking, I really don't want to watch any of these. I'm just not in. They don't interest me. None of them.
But even 4-1 is a minor victory for Leicester. Not Leicester, sorry, Ipswich.
Ipswich, yeah.
They're lucky it's only 4. People were calling for 9-0. Genuinely.
You said
they were battered.
Haaland will get a hat trick, didn't you, Deeps? You said that Haaland will get a hat trick, and 5-1. I think you went for, or 5-0.
I don't know exactly what I went for, but Haaland getting a hat trick, that was an easy tap in. So I don't think we can even consider whoever it was that called it as a victory. Come on.
Yeah.
Haaland bullies a lower level side. Like, nobody's surprised.
Yeah, they weren't at the races, Ipswich and Man City play. I think when they scored, they lost their heads, Ipswich. They totally fell apart. I don't know, that sounds strange, because they got overexcited and they thought, we've got a chance here of winning this. And they actually went for the win, rather than just saying, let's just hold out and try, let's calm down. Just see it out till half time, and they actually went for it. They thought, we can get these. These are vulnerable, and of course, City just picked them off then.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the worst thing they could do was score first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if they'd scored like in the last seconds, it wouldn't have been a problem. But scoring then, it was I just gave City...
Bit of a hide, yeah.
Yeah, it was the worst thing they could do. Southampton, Nottingham Forest also played them. 1-0 win to Forest. More exciting, attractive attacking football from Nuno. Yeah. Yeah, that's two of the most tedious, boring teams you can imagine to watch, those two. Neither of them want to actually attack, so yeah, I didn't bother with that one either. And then the worst game of the day, obviously, in terms of like exciting, attractive football, is Spurs versus Everton. Yeah.
I watched that one.
One-sided.
I'm sorry for you, Billy. I feel sorry for you.
I'm not. I was enjoying it. I was enjoying seeing the call, the score. Like, I was thinking,
they were absolutely awful.
Enjoying this.
They were terrible, and do you know what? I know I defend him, but Pickford was an absolute disgrace of a keeper on that day. I must admit, give the second goal away. We were still in it at 1-0. Obviously, you're still in it, hoping above hope, but we were never in the game really. Once that happened, and Spurs were far too good for us, and I don't think they're that good a side. I'll be honest with you.
No.
But Everton are so poor. The tactics were so poor. He never played any of the... He only played one lad that we signed out of 4 of them that we had. He's got no faith in the team at all. He's not a manager that you want to watch his teams play. He's turning us into Burnley. That's what more what the supporters are annoyed about. He's playing people in wrong positions, leaving it too late to do anything with the subs, and Dyche has been awful up to now. Hopefully he might be able to turn it round, because I don't think there's anyone there to sack him at the moment. But yeah, they were absolutely abysmal, Everton, and Is it going to get any better? I can't see it myself. I think we're in big trouble this year.
It's bizarre.
Even though there are... Go on, mate.
I was just going to say it's bizarre because he's been given players to actually play football this time, and he's always said his excuse for not playing football was that he didn't have the players.
Yeah.
But he's still he's been given the players to play football, and he's still hoofing it.
I know. That's what they're all calling it,
really
hoofball, dice ball, whatever they call it. Yeah. But we look awful, you know. The lights at the end of the tunnel's been switched off. The supporters, were disgraceful, by the way, with what they've done at Euston Station. That's just wrong, calling players out like that. They don't go out, obviously, to lose, but the frustration is there, and the abuse that they took, they deserve something, but not abuse like that. They're trying to do a job. They're trying their best, and you can't do things like that.
Are they trying? No, what I watched, it didn't look like they were trying. I mean, it looked like Pickford was deliberately trying to cost that goal then. The way he was playing.
It was awful. And
none of the players looked like they'd given their all. That's the issue, and that's why I think that's the worst thing. If players were just bad, I think you can understand it, but they didn't look like they actually tried.
I don't think they've got any faith in the system that they're playing, to be honest with you. One man up front, no one playing. People like the Decor, who he's gone, he's just not good enough. He's wandering around like someone who just woke up from a coma, and he's contributing nothing because he's not a defensive midfielder, and he's not supporting the one attacker. And then we've got two wingers playing on the wrong side, Jack Harrison and McNeil, and they don't throw a cross in. They can't beat a man. They're just non-entities attacking wise, and that's why the frustration of the fans boiled over. A bad state of affairs, I must admit, but the fans are so frustrated that you've been given some better players, hopefully, and you're not using them. They're not ready, not Premiership ready. And everyone wants to see Ndiaye come on, and he leaves it till we're like 3-0 down before he brings them on. It's just not. Go on, Chris.
I was just going to say, Ndiaye played in midweek though, didn't he? So maybe you play him this weekend.
Yeah, but why didn't he play him last weekend? The horse was bolted. He come on and he played really well, maybe, and that was only against Doncaster, League 2 opposition. But he showed enough about him to say, he could offer something different. But where will he play him? He had Lindstrom, who's central midfielder, chance maker. He's got him stuck out on the right wing, and he was awful because he's not a winger. And it's just the setup of Everton, honest to God, it's absolutely abysmal. Things might change because Dyche wasn't happy, obviously, but he's got to do something about it, and it's to him, to players in the proper positions. But yeah, we look a bit of a shambles at the moment. Well, I suppose that's just the way it is in football this time for Everton.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed the result anyway, personally, but
yeah, you would do.
Keeps me quiet for a bit. That's the good thing. It's weird thing for that alone. Because otherwise, she's a fucking nightmare, I tell you. Yeah. So, and she had to go out with my mum that night as well, and my other auntie Anne. She went out with my other auntie Anne, my other auntie Anne's a season ticket holder at Anfield, and my mum's a Liverpool fan, obviously. And our Anne had to go out with them for the night because they'd already booked the tickets to go and see the Jacksons at the Pier Red. So she was she was on her best behaviour, being nice to them both, so they didn't mention the football. Bless her. Aston Villa Arsenal was the late game Saturday. Arsenal winning 2-0. Quite strong.
Do you know what? That's
surprising.
it's a damn good win for Arsenal. You know, Arsenal are, I think, a little bit better than last year. I think maybe Villa a little bit worse. I don't know. Looking for players to bed in, I suppose. But Arsenal got beat twice by them last year, and deservedly so. This year they've gone away to Villa and got a 2-0 result, thoroughly deserved, and they played well, Arsenal. And you know, people are saying that they still won't win the league. I think they've got a really good chance of winning the league, especially if they keep up performances like that. But I still think they need a centre forward.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I think so, Chris. But if they're winning games, the argument will be why do they need a centre forward when they're winning games 2-0? That's a good team like Palace, like Villa, and that's a damn good result. Anyone who goes to Villa and gets the results is a good result. But to get a win, that's a really good win, I think.
Yeah, but they're still only a Havertz injury away from being in real trouble because they've got nobody to score goals.
Yeah, I agree with that, Josh. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely need, City will just stroll away from them the minute they have a bad patch. Otherwise, I think that's the worrying thing. It still looks like City's title, sadly.
Yeah, but that was a very good result for Arsenal. They didn't play great, but it was a professional.
Efficiency, yeah, it was
for them.
I think that kind of thing's better, when you win without playing well.
Yeah.
But can we just give a mention to the man of the match for Arsenal, Ollie Watkins?
Yeah.
Yeah, the chance he missed. Yeah.
The 2 chances he missed. The game, just on the back of those 2 chances, the game should have been 2-2.
Yeah.
But an Arsenal supporter missed 2 golden opportunities. Can we not actually call them open goals?
It's a bit like Chris
last
season did the same, didn't he? For Forest, missed absolute sitters when he'd been on fire. Last few games, and then he played it's Man City.
Was it Man City? Yeah, Chris Wood.
And he just missed a bunch of absolute sitters against City.
I don't know about once, but he missed an open goal as well.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. This is and you're thinking this. Is this real or are they doing it deliberately?
No, I think it's an unconscious, like subconscious thing. They don't go out there to miss, but it's just like a part of them just grew up supporting it. Surely it should be hard.
No, when I was a kid, it used to be different. You used to, you'd go out there, you'd want to score because then the team might come and buy you. But it's changed now. And now, if you don't, if you do that, if you score against your team you support, chances are they won't come and sign you because because the fans hate you.
Because you cost them. Yeah, exactly. You cost them the points, the league, the Champions League places, whatever it is.
Yeah, and with Wood, it didn't really matter. It wasn't like it mattered to Forest because they were safe anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And with Watkins, we know he's prone to missing sitters.
Yeah, that's true. He does have he can be brilliant and clinical one week, but the next week he can miss everything that's thrown in his path. So, very odd player, that one. Can be brilliant, but then he can be awful. Bournemouth, Newcastle was the getting 1-1. That finish, very poor performance by Newcastle. That one.
Yeah, Bournemouth. What I've seen of it, Bournemouth were the better side, and they had a goal chalked off at the end that they should have been given. It's a shoulder. No one even complained about it. None of the Newcastle team around him appealed for anything. He was over the top of the defender, caught him on the top of the shoulder and went in. Looked like a decent header, but when it went back, it was just top of his shoulder. It certainly wasn't handball. And I thought they were robbed.
Well, they were doubly robbed because how the fuck did Joe Linton not get sent off for clotheslining the goalkeeper?
Oh my God, yeah, I've seen that. And
That's Dermot Gallagher trying to make out he just tried to block. Fuck off! He grabbed him by the throat.
he crawled around and he did.
That's a red card all day long. Red card.
I think so.
He couldn't even justify it. He tried justifying it, but what he was saying was basically it's a red. Like he was trying to say it's a yellow, but the reasons he was giving meant it should have been an easy red.
Yeah, literally what he was saying was in any, anywhere else on the pitch it'd be red as well. He even said that, didn't he? And you're thinking, well,
Yeah.
then you're saying it's a red. You can't. Especially in that position against the goalkeeper, normally the goalkeepers get more protection. So.
And also, like
Yeah.
Gallagher says, like there were at least 2 clear yellow offenses. 2 yellows are a red. I see a straight red just for the way he
has to be a red.
closed at him, but
Yeah, that's a red all day for me. There.
You can't put your hand
It was
up
a
that
fault.
high as well.
No, it was a fault. That's what it was. It should be in court. Never mind. Just said so. It should be in court. That was absolutely disgusting by Joe Linton. I like Joe Linton as well, but that was awful.
Yeah, Bournemouth were robbed in that game massively.
Yeah, for me as well, Chris.
I mean, that's 2 reasons for me why they should have been, why they should have run out easy winners. I can see Eddie Howe being in trouble there if he doesn't sort it out as well, because they just do not look right at all. They're basically relying on Tonali to come back and.
Yeah, they come back midweek. Yeah, they come back midweek, and yesterday, didn't they? And had a good chance, but missed it. But apparently played well. I never seen the game, but apparently did well yesterday.
Yeah. So the other game at the same time was Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Chelsea. A 6-2 win for Chelsea. I mean, what do you make of that?
Yeah.
Wolves,
we're all getting plaudits. We're all getting plaudits to Wolves at the end of last season, and saying that they could have a good season. Get up to over halfway this year. They started off terrible, and they haven't lived up to expectation up to yet. But to get beat 6-2 by what is still a very makeshift, poor Chelsea side, that's a bit of a worry for Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea are a mess to lose to them that badly. But I think it's one of those freak results, early season freak results. Wolves are in the middle of a lot of turnover of players, and Chelsea just had one of those days where everything they hit went in.
Yeah. Yeah, and Kuka got a hat-trick, didn't he? And did Cole Palmer get through, did he? Did Cole Palmer get through? But everything come down the right-hand side, and they've got a fullback that everyone's raving about. I can't think of his name now.
Nori,
yeah. And he must have had a bloody nightmare, because everything comes from that right-hand side. So, it's a bit of a wake-up call for Wolves, and they're another team that's got to get their act together. But, as you say, it's transition of players and new season, trying things different. Maybe they'll become a bit better, but they'll have to, because they haven't started very well at all.
No, they're struggling to get going. But, they've made quite a lot of changes to their side, lost the captain and that, so... I expected it to take a while for them to get going, really. Liverpool-Brentford was the final game on the Sunday. That was, to be honest, that was a stroll in the park.
I was just going to say exactly the word. It was a stroll in the park. I watched it, yeah. Could have been a few more. They're not winning 3-0. Let someone down for £1 million on the Super 6. It was they'd done 3-0 for Liverpool. And Darwin had a good chance, but he was offside. But Liverpool could have scored another 3 or 4, and Brentford wouldn't have had a complaint. They were just far too strong for them. And they played some alright stuff in the middle of the park, but when it got to creating chances, Yeah, I think there was one chance that Allison made a decent save from. But besides
That was
that, they
it.
were
That was their only chance.
absolutely toothless tiger. And, they're not a good side. I know they're missing Ivan Tony, but it doesn't look as though he's going to ever play for them again. But they are, they are going to be in the relegation mix at this time if they don't improve. I know they won the first game, 2-1, I think, but they don't look a good side. They don't look a side who you'd say, oh, they're going to take points off people, because they don't look that way to me.
What did you think, Seamus? Did you see it?
Yeah, I was the game. The slot ball is what's in terms is football, right? Slot ball looks pretty. I expected it to be a dull, boring Pep Guardiola type of football, but at least up until now, only 2 games in, it looks a lot more closer to club high octane football than I had expected it to be.
It's been really enjoyable, I've got to say.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
one takeaway I had from that game, obviously, Salah looks quite fit. Diaz actually looks better than he ever has for Liverpool. I mean,
He looks to be recovered from his injury now.
yeah, he looks more confident in his own abilities, and also he looks a bit more clinical. He's always lacked end product. He looked more clinical. But my takeaway from that game is Gravenberch got a lot of plaudits, but he is not gonna win you the league playing the way he did. And I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying you need a better protector for the back line, because Brentford, despite no, I'm saying like he played well, but Brentford, despite the lack of quality, did manage to get through the midfield at times with very much ease.
When?
Wisa got one good opportunity to play Mbuma in. Mbuma got a couple of runs away. I'm just saying, like, he needs.
Wisa's a striker. Wisa's a central striker. That's ahead of the midfield. That's not the midfield getting through the midfield.
Brentford got through the midfield and to Wisa without much trouble. I think Gravenberch needs time to develop as a number 6 if you're to win. No, I'm not hoping.
Gravenberch in that game.
I personally am hoping that Man City don't win again. My personal hope is Man City don't win the league again. That's it.
It was McAllister that worried me, because he was the one that was unable to keep up with play at times. When he's on it, when Liverpool dominate the ball, he's brilliant. But when Liverpool aren't dominating the ball, like at the early part of matches, he struggles to get into it, because he just hasn't got the mobility to break out the play. Whereas Gravenberch was getting back and breaking up a lot of the play. Szoboszlai worried me because he was a bit loose with his passing, but every time he gave it away, he was chasing back and winning it back. Well, but
there was one occasion where he misplaced the pass. The ball got turned over. For half a second, it looked like he was gonna sulk, and then he just got back in front of the player.
Yeah,
I'm really pleased with the speed he shows when tracking back, because a lot of players can show speed when they're attacking. Very few show the same level of commitment when they're defending.
That's very true. That is something I like about him, is that he does work back at the same kind of level as he does when he's going forward. He doesn't just let it go. I'm still a bit worried about Virgil being a bit
Virgil being Virgil, actually.
Yeah, he can be a bit unfocused at times still. But I think alongside Kanate, I think he's much better than alongside Kwanzaa, who just tends to amble through games as well. Whereas Kanate's so much more aggressive that he keeps Virgil on his toes. And I thought he was much better this week against Brentford than he had been. But Kanate was by far and away the best defender. He was almost every cross. See, they're one thing. It seemed like their only chance to create anything came from, in the first half in particular, was just any time they got a free kick, didn't matter where it was, goalkeeper was just lumping it into the box. Even if they were like 10 yards inside their own half, he was just lumping it into the box and hoping. And that seemed to be it. That seemed to be their only hope of scoring, really. And
also,
got his head to
watching
almost
this
every
game,
single one of them.
Also, watching this game, I made another discovery. Like, there's been a lot of noise about Liverpool not signing any players. They've now gone and signed 2 players, but but then I don't really see where they can, like, the players that have actually moved. Let's just go at the players that have actually moved or are on the verge of moving. I don't see that many players that I would have said Liverpool should have gone in instead. Like, the quality of the team, the hunger, the overall play meant that, like, there isn't a winger that you can definitely say is a better option than the ones Liverpool had. None of the strikers, none of the midfield. Like, you want new players, like, as supporters, but then you also want players that can improve the team.
There isn't much Liverpool needs, let's be honest, to improve the side. There isn't a lot. We needed the right winger, brought in Chiesa. The only thing missing now, really, possibly another midfielder, but Slot doesn't play with a defensive midfielder, so, I like, as much as I think...
Can I just say one thing about Slot, what that I took from the game? Trent come off with about 15 minutes to go, I'd say, he had a bit of a cob on getting dragged off, as every player should if you get dragged off.
Especially when they're playing really well in front of the England manager, a New England manager, and you've not been able to impress the previous one. He's basically pissed you about all the time.
So he had a big cob on, went to the stands, you can see his face was like Sunday. And on Slot got into went into the dugout, sat with him, and told him a few untruths, not about him being a bad player, about game management, that he's just come back off an international tournament. He's just come back off 2 weeks holiday, and he's going to manage his game time when he got thing. And I like that bit of man management, to go up to the player. Obviously, he was upset, and explain to him why he done it. And I thought that was a bit of good management by Arne Slot there. A bit impressive for me, like.
I mean, I'd be disappointed. I'm always disappointed if a player isn't upset coming off, to be honest, in those kind of positions. Yeah.
No, the only if the player has set a goal, an assist, maybe hat trick or something like that, then they can be
a round of applause.
For a round of applause. Then it should be. But if you feel you're fit, and if you know that you're a crucial member and you want to play the full 90 every week, it shouldn't be a bad thing. It's basically a storm in a teacup thing, a mountain out of a mole. Like, it shouldn't be bad. Like, there was also like pictures floating about of Bruno being sobbed off and him looking a bit bemused and not happy. Obviously, he wouldn't be, because not many times he gets subbed off. I think the same goes for Trent as well. As a fullback, not many times he gets subbed off. So when he does, and especially when he is playing well, if you're playing bad, then you can say, as a player, you can understand it's not been my day. The manager, I probably let the manager, the team down, so they want to sort up the game and things. But
even then,
these players are virtually ever present.
I'd still expect them to be disappointed to come off, because they'd want to turn it around. You know what I mean? You just expect. I want a player to be upset to come off. If they're not,
absolutely, he did nothing wrong. He never threw issue fitting on, but you could see he was really upset. But I did like the man of management to go over to the dugout, sit next to him, and talk to him about why he took him off. And afterwards, he said it was because through game management. As he said, he's been on an international tournament. He then went on holiday, and he's going to manage his game. I like that, you know what I mean? The manager never ducked or dived. He just told the truth.
And Trent didn't do anything outwardly disrespectful or anything. He just looked unhappy, and that you're allowed to look unhappy, right?
And like I said, you know, the New England bosses in the stands watching, you play him really well. You know, it's your chance to impress after the last one kept pissing you about. You're just thinking, this is your chance to seal your place in the squad. you can understand why he's thinking, nah, shit, you've taken me off and I'm doing really well, you know what I mean? I've nailed me pin. Yeah, I just really didn't get why everyone was so upset about that. It's like, who cares? Just get on with it. He's upset to come off. I'd want him to be upset. It always annoys me when you see a player coming off laughing, you know what I mean, or excited. It's different if your team's losing and you get subbed off and you get off the pitch quickly to get the next man on so you can get on with the game and your team going. That's a different thing, you know what I mean? But like in a situation they're in when you're absolutely destroying Brentford, and we were at the time. I mean, they were completely outclassed Brentford. There was a chance for him to get goals and assists in that game if he'd stayed on. Of course he's going to be upset to come off. You'd want him to be, surely. Yeah, nothing that really was. Yes, we move on to...
Oh, by the way, we just talked about Ignace. Kieran Trippier has announced his retirement.
Yeah, that's hardly... Is that news?
No, I guess Trippier's retired. Walker is injured, so it's gonna be Trent at right back for England now.
Well, surely it had to be anyway. He's the best right back in the country by far. It's been a bizarre thing that he's been behind Walker and Trippier anyway. I mean, it made no sense to me. Maybe I'm the only one, but I just don't rate Trippier at all. And Walker's the most overrated defender in recent years. So.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the first squad.
Oh, the squad is already out. With Walker, you can at least. Yeah, I think with Walker at least there's space. With Trippier, there's like nothing.
I mean, his delivery's gone shit as well. It was only one thing he had for him going was his delivery of dead balls, and even that's fallen apart.
Yeah, but even then, that is not better than Trent.
No, it's not. No.
I'm just saying, like, when you compare Walker with Trent, Walker's pace probably is much more important to the whole defense. I'm just trying to give the rationale, but with Trippier there is no any real explanation. But the squad is out, Billy.
Yeah, it's Dean Henderson, Jordan Pickford, Nick Pope are the goalkeepers. Defenders Aguayi, Konsa, Stones, Alexander-Arnold, Colwill, Rico Lewis, Livramento, and Maguire. Okay.
Maguire?
Yeah, and Livramento is hardly exactly.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, midfielders Gallagher. That's probably good because he's. Will he be able to play though? Because now Oasis have got back together. Won't he be busy singing? Isn't he one of the Gallagher brothers? Anyway, yeah. Kobe Manu, Declan Rice, Cole Palmer, Morgan Gibbs-White, Angel Gomez. Whoa, didn't see that one coming. And Phil Foden.
No.
Forwards, Jared Bowen, Eze. I can't understand that one. He's shit. I'm sorry. I've he's been abysmal this season. Absolutely abysmal. All he does is he's the most selfish player I've ever seen. God's sake, he's lazy. Horrible player. I would hate to play on his team. I'd end up punching him. I really would, because he's the laziest, most selfish player I've ever seen. Jack Grealish. Again, don't understand that one either. Anthony Gordon.
How the hell is Jack Grealish in the squad? He's not played.
Don't know. Harry Kane, Nono Madueke, Saka, and Ollie Watkins. Seems a strange squad, that one. I mean, none of them before first call-ups. Livramento, Gomez, Angel Gomez. I mean, has he been playing well? I don't know. Gibbs-White, I think he's very hit and miss. And Madueke as well. Very inconsistent. So, a strange squad it is. Very strange.
See what he does with him. I know he picks in the team, but a bit underwhelming for me. But he sees them day in day out. When they're with him, like, and he's done nothing wrong in the lower forms of the England squad, and he knows a lot of them players. So he must have his own ideas, and I like that. Let's see what sort of style they play, and if he picks the players to play that style. I don't understand the Harry Maguire one. I think he should be looking. He might just be in there for squad reasons, but I don't know. It seems a strange one that as well to me, the Maguire stuff.
It's a good point about
What is the deal with Fikayo Tomori?
because he plays.
Yeah,
He's
Tomori.
I don't know why he's not in the squad. He's surely played better than some of them.
Mhm.
Maguire, at least. I mean, right-sided, right-footed. Pace.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
what he's
John
done.
Stones, he's not played. Has John Stones even played after the Euros? Surely this is the time you try and get those
I don't think, yeah.
players that have not really made much appearances for the national team, some exposure.
I would have thought so.
I'm
'Cause,
just
I mean, what's he got to lose?
No, but that is the excuse they give when players that are performing well near the beginning of a tournament. They say the player isn't experienced, maybe after the tournament and everything. But if you don't give chances now, then when are you going to give the chances?
Mm. Yeah, they need it.
Yeah.
They got to play at some point, otherwise they're never going to get it. There you go. No, it's very strange, really disappointing, I would say.
I don't know if Tomori is injured, but he's made 2 appearances this season in Serie A.
Yeah, it
Did he get injured in the last one?
does seem odd. I think he's proved
It's
himself out there.
Yeah, it seems like I'm his agent. The way I'm
At the rest in there, Guaya's been awful since the season started. He's been abysmal for Palace. Really poor. He's not having a good season at all so far. And I know it's only 2 games in, but Kazi should be looking at those 2 games and picking on the basis of those 2 games. So,
Yeah, we've got to give him the benefit of the doubt, though, and see how the teams play and how it sets up and what sorts of style they have. But, he might be picking players for his style of play, which we don't know what it is yet. If it's anything like the 21s, it'll be good to watch.
Yeah, which is why the Maguire makes no sense, because the way he plays.
Yeah, that's what I said, yeah.
Yeah, they were very attacking. I'm very surprised at Maguire in there. Oh well.
Hmm.
Yeah, his
See what comes
out.
out.
Yeah, should we do preview the games then for the weekend? Start with the
Go on, mate.
kick-off, Arsenal-Brighton. What do you think of that one then?
I think Arsenal just shading. I think the 2 decent sides, 2 good sides. And my money would be on Arsenal to sneak it, but it won't be by much. I think they're a decent side, Brighton. And, maybe 2-1, 1-0. The odd goal anyway, I'd say, for Arsenal. I don't think it's going to be a hammer by any stretch of the imagination.
Seamus?
1-1 it is.
1-1, okay. That's fair enough. Yeah. What do you think, Chris?
That was what I was going to say.
You can still have the same. It makes no difference.
Yeah, well,
No, you can go for a Brighton win.
It's got to be wrong if
Oh, you
Seamus says it.
yeah.
So I'm going for Brighton to win. Just because if Seamus says it, we know it's wrong. Yeah.
No, you should go for a Brighton win just for completion's sake.
Do you know what? The only reason I'm thinking against Brighton is because it's away, and they don't tend to be as good away from home as they are at home.
Yeah, but surely
Nice.
they're not gonna chop and change the keepers now. The Mr. Experimenter guys.
Yeah, true. He just stick with the set. Yeah, no, I'll go with Brighton then to win by the odd goal, 2-1. I think
Okay.
they're looking a really good side, and they've made some interesting signings, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they're looking up. But they're starting.
They've spent a lot of money actually.
Yeah.
Brighton
Yeah,
spent the
yeah.
second most money. They've spent the second most money in Europe. The only one that's outspent them is Chelsea.
That's a surprise. You wouldn't have thought Chelsea had spent money. It's not like them to spend money.
No. It's when you look at the number of players, like the sheer volume of players they brought in, Chelsea haven't spent too much on any single
that's what
player.
I mean.
Brighton also have signed about 7-8 something players, but still spending more than 200 million is not the Brighton way.
No,
But
they.
it seems like the Brighton way has been evolving and changing and
Mm,
Yeah.
getting more and more money in.
Losing O'Neill's a bit of a blow for them, isn't it? We were talking about it before. He come on against Crawley, got injured after 8 minutes, and he looks as though he could be a decent player. I haven't seen that much of him, but by all the reports, he's supposed to be an excellent
oh,
player.
yeah, the one they got from O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
O'Reilly. Sorry, no.
I was
O'Reilly.
trying to think who
comes in
O'Neill
with
was.
stellar. Yeah, he comes in with
O'Reilly, yeah.
stellar stats. So
Yeah.
I was hoping to see how he would translate.
Yeah, I was, yeah. I was, but
Yeah,
I've got some good backup, yeah. Go on.
I was going to ask Sick about it, Ed Seven for those. I was going to ask him about O'Reilly, but it's not a lot of point now because he'll be out for so many months. We'll have forgotten anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing if he could, because he stood out for like a mile in the SPL.
Yeah.
A bit like that Lennon Miller does this season. I mean, he's only 17. I'm surprised nobody's surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd like to see how we got on. But they've made some other interesting signings, though, haven't they? They've spent like decent money for them. I just wonder how they're going to be able to keep doing that for PSR. Without
Chelsea.
selling.
Chelsea, they have Chelsea to bail them out.
Yeah.
Sell someone for 100 million to Chelsea next
Yeah.
window, yeah. That'll be alright.
Who could that be? Who could that be? Can we make an early prediction? Who will be the next big sale from Brighton?
João Pedro.
I reckon Ferguson, I'll say.
Oh, he's gone off the boil.
He's injured all the time. I just don't think anyone's going to pay big money for him, so I think they'll keep him.
Yeah.
They might be able. No, I think he's a very good young player with a lot of potential, but they might be able to keep him on for a little while more.
Yeah.
Just so that he can stack up the numbers, both in terms of game time and goals, and improve, because he burst onto the scene, but now he looks like a raw young talent.
He's suffered badly with injuries, and that's held him back a lot.
Yeah, but I like his style.
Yeah, you guys could have gone with the easy tap in Kaoru Mitoma. I think the moment Grealish gets moved on, City are gonna come calling.
I'm not convinced on that.
You weren't convinced on Grealish. It didn't stop City spending 100 million.
True. It's not that I'm not convinced he's not a player. It's more he's 27 years old or 28, whatever. 27. Just checked. He's 27 years old. He's, you know what I mean. And I know he was a late bloomer, so to speak. But yeah, I can't see him being a big money sign. I think if somebody comes in for him, it'll be because his contract's running out. Because it's 2027. I've just had a look. It's 2027, so next season he'll be, so they'll have to sell him before. Otherwise, if they're going to get any value for him. But I just think he'll be 28 then, and he'll be going into his. People will start saying, yeah, but he's going into his. When you're a winger.
Your last 8 years, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it for him. Otherwise. Yeah, if he was 23, 24, definitely. But I think he's just past the age now where he's going to get that big move. I think he's missed his chance. Unfortunately, it's a shame because I think he's a good player.
He's not missed his chance actually. He's only proven himself to be worth it for a big club to take a punt on him only last season. Because you need, I personally think you need at least 18 months of good numbers, good football, good play to justify a big move.
Yeah.
I think you need at least 18 months of consistency.
That's okay.
Okay. Next one, Brentford Southampton. Fucking hell, that's a humdinger of a match, start, isn't it? You know, that's one to get the juices going.
I don't know what you want.
He
I
was,
I will I will be honest.
Asleep.
No, I will be honest already. Don't ask me next week if I've watched this because no chance in hell is anyone gonna show that game here.
No, I don't think anybody will be watching that one. I don't know which game will be watching this weekend, but it won't be that one.
Bournemouth will win that. They'll beat Southampton.
Bournemouth.
Brentford.
Brentford will beat
I do
Southampton.
agree Bournemouth will win as well, but that's because they're playing
Yeah, that's what's going on in my mind. You got that on my mind, yeah?
Billy just wanted to take that one already. Get that in quickly before anyone.
Brentford will beat Southampton because I think they're awful.
Oh yeah.
And I know you've got a new keeper, but possibly a new keeper, and which is something they needed. But I don't think they've got much about them at all. Southampton. I think they're going to be one of the strugglers. And even as bad as Brentford are, I'm not a fan of them, but I think they'd have enough to beat Southampton.
Well,
so I'm looking at the 2-0 win.
The best defender Southampton got is Bella Kotchap, and Russell Martin
doesn't
like him, won't play him. So they're in trouble. They're a mess. They're going down. I'm going to go Brentford to win that easily.
I want to know if Ramsdale is registered in time to play for Southampton. If he is, then I'm going to go for 0-0. If he is not, then no chance in hell. Southampton have a half decent keeper to stand in goal.
Yeah,
but this is Ramsdale. I mean, the half decent's probably overrating him, to be fair. Still better than
I think so.
But at least we can trust him.
But he'll make
at least you can trust him to make a save. You cannot trust any of the other Southampton goalkeepers to not make a mistake to directly result in a goal.
But you can also trust Ramsdale to make at least one stupid error a game.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
At least one, and he'll cost them a goal, and Brentford will win. At least 1-0.
Yeah, but just think of yourself in Ramsdale's place. Why would you want to move to a club where the most likely outcome is a relegation when you already have back-to-back relegations on your CV?
Maybe he enjoys it.
Maybe does he really need so much action to just keep his head in the game?
He just wants to play, mate. That's what it is. And you're playing in a.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
No, they're playing for a relegation team as a goalkeeper. It's actually much better for them because they're actually in the game constantly, rather than sat watching. Alisson spent the weekend doing. He only had one save to make. Against Brentford, that's not what you want to be doing. It may be great as in you win things, but it's a bit boring, isn't it? For that, when you're spending 89 minutes just sat watching a match, No,
I know he wants to play football, and I actually respect him for moving from a team where he can, in theory, win a league, a Champions League, the big trophies, where he can for sure guaranteed to compete for those trophies, to move to a club where he's only in outstanding circumstances he gonna play Premier League football for the same team next season as well. I really respect that. Wasn't it
no, 25 million.
All right.
Yeah, because Arsenal are signing his replacement on a permanent deal.
Well, there you go then. That's why he's moving. 25 million. He gets 5%
money.
of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying that surely
he gets a payoff from Arsenal.
Yeah,
but he's gonna get he will be on less money.
Yeah, but he's getting a payoff to cover that. So I'm saying Arsenal paying off his contract to cover it.
But still, I think
losing money,
a team.
Money.
I think a team that is slightly above relegation candidate could and should have come in for him, but not at 25 million. Maybe price tag is the issue.
Yeah, he's a shit, and you can't rely on him because he'll make a mistake every game. The only other team that was interested was Wolverhampton Wanderers, and they wanted him as in case Sarr went. They didn't want him as first choice, and he's a Baggies fan. So it's like joining your beer. It's like a Man United fan joining Liverpool to sit on the bench. You don't want to do that, do you? When you're already sat on the bench.
Ask Jack Butland that.
That's a bit different because he's sat on the bench everywhere he goes. You know what I mean?
No, he was third choice. Anywhere he
At
moved.
best, yeah, true. Yes. But he gets.
Yeah, he's gone for the money. Ramsdale's gone for the money. There's no doubt about it. He's guaranteed a 5-year contract, something like that, on good money, over $1 million or $2 million a year, and he's going to get that for the next 5 years. He's got his money for the signing on fee. So it's a money decision, and good luck to the lad. He's looking after his future, him and his family. I've got no problem with that. I just don't think he's a very good keeper, that's all.
No, but I think next season he's gonna play Premier League football as well, or top flight football in one of the top leagues. Even if Southampton get relegated.
Yeah, he's probably got a relegation release clause in his contract.
Someone is gonna come in for him, if not as first choice, then as second choice, and he's gonna take up that option for sure.
Yeah,
next season. I'm saying next season. Oh, Everton might, if Pickford. But nobody's gonna buy Pickford. That's the thing.
It's around. I mean. So. Yeah, no,
maybe Man United.
if Ramsdale had other options on the table, he wouldn't be joining Southampton. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
It is gonna be Manchester United. Hell, it is gonna be Manchester United next season. I know it. I can feel it in my gut. Because Billy, we have an international first choice keeper, or someone who was battling for first choice keeper as our second choice. He never gets on the field. Onana is probably worse. Yeah, Bayern. Nobody knows how good or bad he is because he never gets on the field for us. He already had itchy feet this summer. He's definitely gonna have itchy feet next summer. Someone is gonna come in for him. Onana is hopeless. We will be desperate for a keeper. Heaton is already old. The only one that makes sense is Ramsdale because he's homegrown as well. He's gonna be our backup keeper next summer.
Right, okay, I'll hold you to that.
See,
I don't want that to happen. No, I'm just saying there is a possibility someone like us is gonna come in as a second choice if he gets relegated with Southampton.
I think he'll go somewhere he wants to play. You know what I mean? I think because he can't cope with it. It drives him mad. That's what it is with him. He's got that.
But I really like this. I really like that he's, even if it is a lot of money and all, but I really respect that he wants to play regular first team football.
But if he'd just been a good keeper, he would have played regularly for Arsenal. It's because he's not very good that they're getting rid of him.
Yeah, but still, he could have just stayed there.
Well, he could have just worked harder and actually he'd have been playing instead of Raya. Raya's only taken it because he wasn't good enough because he didn't try hard enough in training. So I've got I just don't. So I just think it's his own fault that he's having to move to get.
I'm not feeling sorry for him, but I really like that he's happy to take a much lesser club than where he's at, just so that he can play regular football.
Right, what's the next one, Chris?
Well, we know what the next one is. It's the
we can move on.
It's a game I'll probably watch. So Everton Bournemouth, I'll probably watch that to see how many Bournemouth win by. I'm going to say 3-1.
3-1 Bournemouth.
Who is going to score for Everton? Everton can't score a goal.
Oh yeah, but I'm going to say they're going to bring. I think they'll bring on that. What's his name? And he'll score.
He might start actually. He should. I think he'll start. Start with him.
Should, but I don't think he will because this is Dyche.
Yeah, possibly. But I think it's a 1-1 draw. I think Everton are going to get the first points of the season. I don't think we're going to win. but I think we'll get our first points of the season. But we will only score, and it'll be from either a corner or a free kick, and we'll hang on for the draw. I don't think we're as good a team as Bournemouth, but I think we're desperate for a result, and I expect us to get our first points of the season on Saturday.
I know Kepa has improved from his early days at Chelsea, which is not a lot to ask. He was that
Right.
bad.
Oh shit!
But-
Yeah, they've son kept me. Yeah, forgot
Yeah,
about
but which goalkeeper is gonna make the first mistake, Pickford or Kepa?
I'd say Pickford.
that.
I
He
think
doesn't come off
Kepa.
the line.
I think Kepa is gonna try and play the ball out from the back and then do something silly.
That's how Everton will score.
I was
agree,
gonna
So, yeah.
At first I said Everton aren't gonna score, but I remembered Kepa is gonna make his debut. He's gonna try to make a show of it for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll make a show of it. He'll make a show of himself. That's the problem. Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna ask if the cameraman got the correct pictures from?
Well, Pickford.
He's going
Yeah.
to say.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, Pickford.
Jordan, you divvy. I mean, why would you even do that? You're an imbecile anyway, you know what I mean? You're prone to making errors. Why do you set yourself up like that by getting all this? I just... it's embarrassing.
You're
isn't
the
it?
fortress keeper for England.
Ah,
Just
Yeah.
let it be. No, it doesn't matter whether someone is trying to get the correct picture or not. It's 21st century. There will be enough footage for everyone.
exactly, yeah. Why would you... It's just
Yeah.
being a dick. He's just showing off. And it's embarrassing because he's not good enough to get away with that kind of thing. And he's always gonna end up making a howler to just.
We haven't had your forecast yet, Deeps.
Oh yeah.
Sorry?
Score. What do you think? Score.
Go on.
Let me wrap my. Oh, 2-1 Bournemouth.
Mm.
I will be
2-1
generous.
Bournemouth.
I will be generous to Everton.
Well, thank you.
Right. Ipswich Fulham's the next one.
Not a great watch that for me.
No.
First point and
Come on.
first victory for Ipswich. I'm gonna call it
Yeah,
on that.
right, okay.
Wow. That's
No, it's not wow. I think the fixture list has been really kind to Ipswich. I know it's on paper playing Liverpool first game, Man City is bad, but you have nothing to lose at the start of the season. So now the pressure is off from Ipswich for now. The eyes are away from them. I think they're gonna maybe get a 2-1 victory. Maybe score from a set piece or something. I'm going for a 2-1 victory for Ipswich.
I'm going 2-0 Fulham. I'm going. I don't think Ipswich are up to it yet. They've brought some good few players in, but they're going to take time to gel. And I think Fulham are a half decent side who will be just too strong for them. They've got a few better players, and I think Fulham will run out of 2-0 winners for me.
Yeah, but you guys said it before as well. If there is a team that can gift away a result to any other team, that's Fulham.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
banking on that.
That's true.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I can see exactly what you're saying, but I just think Ipswich, they've made too many signings and it's going to take them a while to gel. And as for that, I think they'll lose 3-1 because of it.
Okay.
That's their problem. If they, they haven't got the sell side. Teams like that rely on fighting spirit and, doggedness to win games, which is what got them up in the first place. You've thrown that away by signing hundreds of players immediately. You've got rid of it. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to be there with a completely changed team. So I think it's going to take them a while to get going. And by that time it'll be too late and they're going down. But yeah, I think Fulham will beat them. I don't think Fulham are a particularly good side, but I just think Ipswich. I think I just can't see them being good enough because they've changed too much. It's a bit like Forest when they first came up. and they completely beat. They bought a whole new team, and they were just a mess for the first few games, weren't they? Really struggling to get anything together. So yeah,
I thought if it were gonna be a bit like Luton, a smaller side with smaller budget and less noise around them, but like you said, they turned into Forest instead.
yeah, that's what I thought as
Yeah,
well. I
that's
think
what I think. Yeah.
and that had given them a chance of staying up, but because they've just bought and bought and bought and bought, I think that's gonna send them down. Forest got away with it rather than being saved by it.
Yeah.
So Leicester Villa is the next game. It's almost a derby, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a derby. Yeah.
Almost.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I think Villa might just have to be too much for them. You think so? Bad results against Arsenal. They're going to want to bounce back right away, and they've got better players than what Leicester have by far. And I'm expecting a pretty comfortable win for Villa, 0-2.
Seamus?
I think Vardy is gonna down another can of Red Bull.
Right.
And score another goal, but invariably it's gonna be in a losing cause. 2-1 for Villa.
I'm really confused about this big thing about Vardy, and then scoring 12 minutes later, like it's relevant to him having had a can of Red Bull and then scoring. I don't understand the relevance. It isn't like he didn't play in the first half as well, and I'm not sure how him having a can of Red Bull at half time has any relevance to him scoring 12 minutes later. I just don't understand.
The relevance is going to be that he will end up on the Red Bull adverts, which will make him round about 500,000 for being the poster boy for Red Bull if he scored a goal, yeah, and that's the whole point of the Red Bull thing, I think.
I don't know, it's just really bizarre. I don't understand why people are making such a big deal about it. I mean, let's face it, the guy's an absolute prick anyway. Like, he's not a likable character. Yeah. It's not like he's someone coming into the league and, everyone loves him. He's a bellend. I really couldn't care less. And I don't... But anyway, my thing is, I'm going to say, I think he's had his moment, you know what I mean? I think he's going to struggle the rest of the season. He's not the same player. He's going to be on. He's really running on hype and adrenaline this season, I think, and it'll fade away as the season goes on, unless he gets a rest. But for me, I think Villa have got too much for Leicester, and they'll stroll this 3-0. They're a good side.
Okay,
very good side, Villa.
Yeah, they are.
And I know they got beat off Arsenal, but Arsenal are one of the top 2 teams. Top 3 at the low, third at the very worst on a bad day. They're one of the best teams in the country, so it's not.
It's no shame that beat by Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So a team that spends 200 million a summer, to lose to them, it was hardly much, was it, for Villa? It's to be expected, really. So yeah, I think Villa will stroll that. Forest Wolves. See, this is a difficult one to call.
Not for me, it's not. I think Forest are going to be far too good to them because they've lost the first 2 games, Wolves, and they've looked poor. To get beat 6-2 at home by Chelsea is not a good result. It's not a good look. They've lost the likes of Neto and the captain, I think, went for them. And
they've just signed a Neto, though, haven't they?
Oh, have they?
Yeah,
it's not the shop, is it?
No, Andre.
Yeah.
His name's actually Neto. It's something Neto.
Oh, is it? Right? Okay.
Andre's one of. I think it's something Andre something Neto or something like that. His name is.
All right. Okay. Well, the good Neto being lost, and they've looked awful. I'm not saying in the first 2 games. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're going to be a relegation pod or anything. But they've lost the first 2 games. One of them, absolutely horrendous 6-2 home defeat by not one of the better sides in Chelsea, and they're going to be low on confidence. Forest, on the other hand, what I've seen of them in the first 2 games, they look to They've only lost on penalties yesterday, but they look to me to have a bit more about them. I'm not a fan of the Nuno Espirito Santo, whatever his name is. Not a fan of his, but they look to have a bit more dynamism, if you can say that, about them. And I think they're going to beat Wolves. I think Wolves could get a bit of a no hiding. You know, I think they're going to get beat. I'm saying 2-0 to Forest.
That's Andre Trinidad da Costa Neto.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I just had to look it up because I wanted to check I was right. I got it mixed up with one of the other signings. No, it's this. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like they said, replace. You know, we're selling Neto. Please replace him. Oh, okay, I'll just sign Neto.
I'm actually surprised Liverpool didn't go back looking for him because there was interest. Yeah, there was interest, and as a profile, he looks even more suited to slot ball than club ball.
And he can play in defence as well as central, you know, as well as in midfield.
From my impressions of him, which is basically highlights and reading up what other people have said of him, is he's a bit of a combination of Thiago and Fabinho.
Yeah.
Like can dribble, maneuver the ball, and also can seal the backline a bit well. So I'm actually surprised you guys didn't follow up on him, and I'm also surprised Manchester United didn't follow up on their previous interest.
I'm very surprised he's you know, that Wolves is the team he's going to end up in. So, you know, yeah, I think he looks to be an excellent signing. If he was playing, you know, if they'd got him signed, sealed, delivered, and ready to play for that game, then I think
and he's as good as we think he could be. There's also that caveat.
Yeah, there is that, but I think he will. I think he's going to be good sign because they've got a good midfield anyway with Lamina and
Joao Gomes.
Yeah, Joao Gomes. They're two really good midfielders. They just needed that third one to complete it because the other lad Doyle is more of an attacking midfielder. Is it Doyle?
Yeah, but they like creativity with those three, at least on paper. Maybe as a unit they can provide different variety for the attack, but it looks a bit too defensive on paper.
Yeah, but it's Wolves need it against the big boys. I'm thinking, you know, they need that solid platform to be able to protect the defence and then come on. You know, you bring on the attacking players late on, can't you, to win your game if you hold it tight.
Yeah, but then I said it looks a bit defensive on paper, but then again, Liverpool won a league with what was a defensive.
Henderson, Fabinho, and
Wijnaldum.
Yeah, that was not exactly all.
On paper, on paper that doesn't contribute too many to the attack.
So what's your forecast, Peeps?
Oh yeah.
I think it's gonna be a 1-1 draw.
Right.
Shit.
How about you, Trish?
I'm gonna have to say the same as Seamus, so that's be wrong now.
Okay.
That's not
copycat.
Shit, I didn't want to do that. I should have gone first. Yeah, West Ham Man City's the final game on Saturday. I think we can see where.
No, I'm not. I don't think it should be a score prediction. It should be how many can Haaland score.
Do you?
I'm not saying he's gonna score for sure. I'm just saying how many ways he's gonna score. I think it's gonna be 0. I think it's gonna be 0. I think a lot of people who have him on Fantasy Premier League are gonna be disappointed this week. I think City are gonna win. I think it's always an easy tap-in when you're predicting City's game. But I think City are gonna win 2-0. But I don't think Haaland is gonna score.
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think City are going to lose the first points of the season against a pretty decent West Ham side. I'm still not convinced by Man City. I still think they're going to mess up this season. They're not going to win the league. I know people are saying they are. I'm telling you they're not. And West Ham are going to be the first ones to take a point at least. I'm giving them the benefits of the doubt here. I think it's going to be either West Ham or a draw, but I'll go for the draw just to be on the safe side. 1-1.
Man City have Man City don't have Rodri available yet. So
But
maybe
Gundogan's
this is
back, so
Gundogan will step in, yeah. Gundogan will step in. But I
yeah.
think
But
they're going to falter.
whereas I think
Chris, what about you? What do you
City,
think, mate?
City will win, but I do think West Ham will score. So I'm going to go 3-1 City.
3-1 City, okay.
All right, Sunday we
That's
start
fair
with
enough.
Chelsea Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
3-0 Chelsea.
Chelsea.
3-0 Chelsea.
Oh, nice, then.
Yeah,
You know,
I've
that's not
watched.
a
Yeah,
shot
I've
then.
watched. I've watched lyricals about the Crystal Palace for the past 15 days, but I'm going for a 3-0 victory for Chelsea.
I'll go 2-0. I'll go 2-0 for Chelsea. I'm not a big Palace lover.
The problem I have with Chelsea is that they've still got Maresca in charge, and he'll find a way to drag them down if anyone can. So
I know you're not a fan.
No, but Billy, have you listened to the things he's been saying in press conferences? Any other manager says that, maybe except Arteta and Pep. Any other manager says things along those lines, they're gonna be getting pelters from everybody.
I don't understand how he's getting away with it.
Yeah, Ten Hag got hit for saying Sancho doesn't train well, and which was a thing from him from his past, not just something Ten Hag invented, anyways. He said like he doesn't care about how many years the players have on contract. If he doesn't fancy them, he doesn't fancy them. He said like Chile is a good lad, but he's not gonna play for me, and nobody bats an eyelid on that. He said Sterling can do a new one. Nobody cares. Like, how is he getting away with it?
Chalobah as well. Not going to play him. You know, he needs to go because he's not going to get any minutes here. It's just like, what? I mean, and he doesn't even let them train with the first team.
Yeah, he seems a stubborn man. Just stubborn, but
Yeah, but how can he come out and say he only cares about the 2021 players he's training and the rest it doesn't matter how many there are, he just doesn't give a shit.
yeah, that does seem that's a not a reasonable thing to say. Yeah, they appeared unhappy with what he said, but you know, I still think they'll have too much for a Palace.
I'm going to go a draw 2-2 because I don't.
Oh, that's okay.
They weren't that much better against Wolves. You know what I mean? I know it was a battering, but it was more that they were clinical. And I think if they're not, you can't do that every week. Where everything goes in basically, pretty much that you hit.
Yeah.
So I just think
That's fair enough.
I don't think Palace are good enough to beat them, but I don't think Chelsea are that. I think Chelsea are still getting it together, and I think Maresca's at some point in the season it's all going to go. It's all going to collapse around him with his attitude. It's not good. So but I'm going to say 2-2. Newcastle United versus Tottenham's the other one at a time, 1/2.
Strange one, that. Two teams who were not great. I've watched Tottenham's first two games, and I know they battered Everton 4-0. Anyone could have battered Everton 4-0 on Saturday. But I haven't been that impressed. I wasn't impressed with them at Leicester. Certainly, first game of the season. They've got some good players, don't get me wrong. But they don't look a great side at the moment. It might come, when players start gelling and that. But to be honest with you, Newcastle haven't been much better. I think that's a 1-1 draw all day for me. A 1-1 draw.
Okay, Seamus.
What's the most typical Spurs way of following up a 4-0 victory at home?
Get beat. Get beat 3-0.
Oh, Billy, you took my scoreline away. I'm going for a 3-1. I'm going for a 3-1. I think Tottenham are going to score, but it's going to be 3-1. No, it is Spurs. You cannot back them to win 2 games in a row, especially when the second game is against a decent side.
I'm with. I think their problem is that the manager's trying to turn them into winners, and they don't understand it. Definitely, there's something not right there. Is that Tottenham just don't understand winning, regularly winning, and I can see what you're saying, but I just think Newcastle look an absolute mess at the moment, and I think Spurs have got too much for them still. I'm still going to go for Spurs to win, but they can't defend, so it's going to be a 3-2 win.
Okay, that's fair enough, mate.
No, to the main event.
I saw somebody going on about Van der Ven being the best defender in the Premier League. Have they actually watched him play? The guy can't defend. He's just very, very, very quick. But he cannot defend at all.
Van der Ven is Kyle Walker if he was... Why am I saying Walker? It's Walker. I know how to say it. Van der Ven is Kyle Walker if he played in center defense.
It's okay.
Yeah, very
good on the ball. Yeah, good on the ball. Very good when he's making recovery runs, but he shouldn't be having to make so many recovery runs.
Yeah, yeah. And the problem is, he makes those recovery runs and he's got no control over it because he's running so fast.
Isak is gonna sit him down again.
Yeah,
exactly. Isak. It was Newcastle as well.
He's which is where the 2 goals are gonna come from. Isak will just destroy him again. He's gonna tear him a new one. And that Romero's shit. He really is.
I'm not a fan of Romero.
No, it doesn't matter whether someone is a fan of Romero in isolation or Van der Ven in isolation. They're just too similar.
They don't work Karen, at all.
On paper it shouldn't work, and on the field it doesn't work. So I don't know. So, like they're just too eager to just rush out.
Yeah, there's not one who sits, one who runs out. There's not one aggressive, one who sits back. It's just it doesn't work as a parent. It's like Kwanzaa and Van Dijk for me. It's the same. It's too similar.
Yeah, but it's the opposite way with
exactly
Van Dijk. Yeah, both want to stay back.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just it doesn't work. You need to have one who attacks the ball, and one who sits back and waits for it to work together, and they don't have that. So yeah, that's why I'm saying they'll score 2. Isak will destroy Van der Ven, but I just think they've got too much in attack for Newcastle as well. So it could be to be fair though, it could be anything that score because neither team can defend that well. So yeah, it could be anything that score. It could be 5-0 to Newcastle, 5-0 to Spurs. It could be anything in between. It really could. It's one of those ones.
Yeah.
You I think you've jinxed the game. It's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be 0-0 now.
Nil.
It's gonna be a really dull game. Neither team will attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Postecoglou doesn't do it all.
No, he doesn't, does he? No, he won't allow them to sit back and just wait. He'll want them to keep bombing forward.
Yeah, commit suicide.
Yeah, even if they're down to 5 men. Keep going forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's get on to the big one that's happening on Sunday. The 2 teams vying for 4th place.
For 4th place?
Yeah, the 2 teams vying for 4th place.
So now this week you have accepted. This week you have accepted.
The 4th place cup final it is on Sunday.
Liverpool.
Well, we don't know yet.
No, Billy does. No, wait.
Billy, I think they're vying for 4th, so somebody.
No. Stop. No, stop right there, Chris. Billy said he doesn't know who's 3rd. I think Billy predicted Man City to be 3rd. So who's 2nd? Who is 2nd? Give us that. You said City will be 3rd. You said Arsenal will win.
Yeah. So who's going to be 2nd?
Yeah. Liverpool finished 2nd to Arsenal, I said, didn't I? That's me league thingy. Liverpool finished 2nd to Arsenal.
So
was my prediction from the
start. So how come we're vying for 4th now? Hang on, I'm confused.
Because, I was said it because deep centre United should be looking for fourth as a minimum this season, and
Right.
so it was more aimed at United than Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh, so you are saying United are gonna fight for fourth now?
No, I'm not. I was joking with you. No, they're going to be 6 or 7. We all know that.
How is this a fourth place playoff? You just said it's a fourth place cup
I'm so
cup
confused.
final.
It was a comment to get your reaction. That's all.
Right, got you now. I understand now. So anyway, what do you think will happen, Bill?
What do I think will happen?
Yeah.
I think Liverpool might just have a bit much for them. I don't think United will score. I don't think they've got a good attacker. So I think it's going to be a 2-0 win for Liverpool. Not comfortable 2-0. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be 2-0 to Liverpool, and Bruno will be sent off midway through the second half through sheer frustration. But Liverpool will run out winners, but they won't have the game all to themselves. United will try hard, but they've got nothing up front that's going to trouble Liverpool for me. And I think Mo Salah might score, and I think they'll get another one from somewhere, maybe a penalty. But yeah, I think Liverpool will come out to 2-0, but it's going to be a hard-fought game and an interesting game. Toothless Tiger United. 2-0 Liverpool.
I think people are too hung up on the 7-0 result.
Right.
That they've completely forgotten it's the only loss Ten Hag has against Liverpool.
Yeah. Eric Ten Hag. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, no, but generally it's that 7-0 and 7 Hag hangs on his head as a sword, but he has actually got a very good record against Liverpool. Outside of that, that's the only loss for him in 6. No, I'm just saying. I'm gonna build up. I have done my fair share of research, which is incomplete anyways, but still. Yeah, in 6 games, only 1 loss is a very good record against your biggest rival.
Right.
So we should, on paper, be able to manage the pressure. Ten Hag as manager should be able to manage the pressure. Ten Hag has a positive head-to-head score against Arne Slot, so that is also something he should be aware of, how to tackle Arne Slot and Slot balls. So having said all this, I'm gonna go for a 2-1 victory for United. Bruno to score a late penalty just to throw it into the face of doubters who want him to get sent off.
It can't be a late penalty. He's getting sent off after 70 minutes, so it can't be a late penalty. And what have you told you? He's getting sent off in the 70th minute.
We shall see. No, there was a point where I really loved Bruno. Obviously, he was pure gold when he first joined for us. Then I really related with people's frustration towards him. Now it's again gone back to the point that because people are so frustrated and so appalled by him, that I actually like that part of him now.
Okay.
I like how he can get on opposition supporters, even if their team isn't playing against us.
Yeah.
And I really don't understand why Arsenal supporters hate him so much when their poster child is a worst perpetrator.
No,
Saka is actually a disgrace.
Course, yeah. I wasn't sure whether you meant him or Odegaard or who, like
there are so many other guys there as well.
Ramsdale. They seem to overrate all their players to be poster child.
No, but Saka, their golden boy, is probably worse than Bruno when it comes to play acting.
God, yeah, he's a diver. It's embarrassing.
I think UK should have thought about sending him into one of the different diving events for the Olympics. That would be one gold. Yeah, one gold more for you guys.
Should have been, yeah, definitely. Missed the trick there. Really did.
What's
Yeah.
your forecast, Chris? And how do you think the game will go?
Oh fuck. I don't want to jinx this. Oh god. Anish is gonna go mad if we lose now because he's gonna blame me. I just. If it wasn't United, if you looked at it on paper, forget it's United and just looked at their team on paper and looked at Liverpool's, this should be an easy win. Because they've not got a strong enough midfield or attack. And their defence is still. It's still, they're not really, but it's United and it's at Old Stratford. It'll probably be raining, so they'll have the waterfall to deal with, which is a bit of a distraction. Oh fuck. Yeah, and like I said, if it's anyone else and you're looking at it on paper, you'd say an easy win for Liverpool, but it's United, and Liverpool never do well at United when it's when they're much better side than United. We always did better than them when we weren't a better side. When they were winning things, we tended to be their bogey side. And pick up good results against them.
It is weird. It is weird like that, isn't it? Maybe
Yeah,
it's just like the magnitude. Yeah, the magnitude of the game probably varies whether you're doing well or not. Because if you're doing well, then you're probably winning so many games, winning trophies, competing for trophies. But for United, I think like it's slowly starting to pick up that if we beat Liverpool, it's already an achievement for the season.
Yeah, exactly. In the 70s and 80s, United used to beat Liverpool, with the really, no matter how bad they were playing, they'd turn up and put in a good performance, and Liverpool used to struggle against them. In the 90s and 2000s, Liverpool always used to turn up for the United games, no matter how bad the team was or how bad they were performing, they'd regularly turn up and pick up a result that they shouldn't have got against United. So now it's at the point where you look at it, and that United side, it's in the middle of a vast rebuild. You know what I mean? It's not there yet. It's improved. There's the clear signs of a team that's going places, going in the right direction now. They've got rid of players like Marshall and that were clearly a problem. They've still got a few to get rid of, obviously Sancho being the obvious one and that, but you can see the shoots there. It's definitely turning things around, but it's going to take time. But at the moment, they're in the middle of it, and so Liverpool should, on paper, easily win that, but it won't happen because it's playing Man United. It's a derby match. No, it's a difficult game. And they'll turn up and they'll play at 120% against Liverpool because it is the game of the season for their players. Whereas for Liverpool players, for us it's for the fans it's still Man United and Everton that are the big games, but for the players it's Man City and Arsenal because they're the top two teams.
Yeah, I get that.
So I can see. Yeah, I just think this is, but I can't. Yeah, I can't predict us to lose. I just can't do that. I just can't.
You can go for a draw. Do you fancy a draw?
No, I don't. I just, on paper I think should win, but I think they'll turn up and and they'll outperform their level. Yeah, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw just because I don't want to jinx us by saying we'll sneak it anyway. So I don't want to jinx us, and I don't want to go for it. I can't predict Liverpool to lose because that would make me feel sick even suggesting it. So against Man United, I mean, any other time it's a bit different, but against Man United, I can't even suggest it. I can't even say it. So no, it's going to be just so I don't jinx us. 1-1.
Okay, so that's 3 different results we've got there. So one of us is going to be right with not maybe not the score, but with the results of the game.
Well, yeah,
So,
you'd hope so.
No, after
If one of us
no,
isn't, there's a problem.
a massive problem.
no, maybe it's just gonna be the game's gonna be postponed for some odd reason, so that all of our
Yeah.
predictions get null and void.
It could be the water flow, like Chris said.
Yeah.
It might come down and
Burst its
blood,
banks.
yeah.
Maybe maybe food poisoning for everyone after the uncooked
Mercury
food from
poisoning.
the canteen. Oh yeah,
Yes,
mercury poisoning. Yes.
Because somebody's gone round putting on all the chess sets. You haven't signed a
well, boys.
Russian woman for your women's team, have you, by any chance? Have you?
Right, we've done our predictions, boys, so I'm going to love you and leave you and go and have me well-deserved Spanish omelette and
Spanish omelette, fucking hell, you're exotic
Spanish
today, aren't you?
omelette, yeah. Yeah, and I'm going away tomorrow, only for one night, for a little golf break, so
He's always
I'm going
having a day, this lad.
I know, yeah. Got to play a bit of golf to get away from football and get away from Everton. So I'm going to have a little.
Really?
golf break.
Are you the richest guy in Liverpool?
One of them, certainly one of them, but I'm not going to say the richest.
I'd say you've got people like Paul McCartney and like the football teams. Liverpool and Everton players have probably got a bit more money than him. But apart from that,
Yeah, and I'm right up there, like I must admit. But of course you've got to spend it before you go up, and there's no pockets in the shroud, as they say. So I'll be spending a lot of money tomorrow and enjoying every bit of it, playing golf and not watching football.
I've never understood
So-
why people play a sport where the object of the sport is to play as little of it as possible.
Yeah.
Because if you're any good at it, you're playing as little as you're playing a little of it, and if you're crap at it, you're playing loads. I mean, how does that work?
Just one of them things, man. So listen, boys, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I will. Thanks for today, and thanks for anyone who joined in to listen. And I shall see you next Thursday.
Enjoy your omelette, Billy. See you next.
I will do. Thanks, boys. Ta-ra now.
And we'll see you next Thursday, everyone that's listening, if there is any. I don't know. Oh yeah, we got 5 concurrent viewers. Wow, I think that might be our record, isn't it?
It very well can be.
Yeah. Have we got anything else to talk about before we go?
Nothing that jumps out.
No. Okay then. We'll love you and leave you then, everyone that's listening. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday. Bye bye.